This week's episode of the realest podcast ever is sponsored by the Circuit and Veli brand. Presents The Baby live at the TLA Wednesday, April 3rd. That's Wednesday, April 3rd, The Baby live at the TLA. Tickets available now at livenationphilly.com. That's lnphilly.com or on ticketmaster.com. Make sure you go right now. Get your tickets before they sell out. The Baby live this Wednesday, April 3rd at the TLA.
TRPE. The realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Yeah. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. They know. The realest podcast ever. Woo, woo. The realest podcast ever.
Jim Boomey.
Oh, man, we are back.
We are.
And guess what? It's my birthday.
Today is your birthday.
And I'm fried.
Again.
Yeah,
you stumbled in here on some, what's the leader of the Temptations?
David Ruffin.
Yeah, it was David Ruffin.
I prefer 90s Robert Downey Jr. It's like, you got locked up again, Bob? Yeah, it's a rough week. I'm going to be all right, though. And still I rise.
He said, here, man, some tickets to the show. I'll be there. He said, these tickets are for yesterday. I guess I ain't going to be there. I missed another show. That's really how you came in here. I said, so, you got notes down there? Nah.
It's all up here. All up here. All up here in the mental database. I have a file of floppy disk up here. Ready to be deployed at any moment. Somebody said that word to me yesterday. I was talking about my street team and shit. I was like, yeah, I got to go. I was like, I don't want to use the right word. I was like, it's not employed because they're already employed. And they were like, deploy. You want to deploy your team. And I've used that word 95 times since 7 o'clock yesterday.
It's like
deploy
shenanigans on Super Troop.
Yeah. I have to go deploy my team when I leave here today. It's such a great word. Because it can mean like you're going to go invade a small country and kill everybody, or it could just mean you're going to go pass out some flyers.
Yeah,
it's all encompassing. I like words like that. Deploy. The word of the show is deploy.
You'll probably say something else. It'll probably be the word of the show.
Well, the word of the show is always subject to change.
Yeah,
in case y'all
pretty
don't
much.
know.
How are you feeling, your birthday?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm old as shit. I'm turning 36 today.
It's also Ra's birthday today.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Ra. Shout out my homegirl, Tania. It's her birthday. TNP Can on IG is her birthday. My homegirl, Jen, Cakes by Jen, is her birthday today. A lot of people's birthdays is 3/29. And just shout out to all the Aries in general. Everybody thinks that I'm a Pisces because I do my party so early every year. And I'm like, no, I have 2 birthdays. I'm like DJ Khaled. I have my actual birthday, and then I have a marketing date, which is the best possible date for me to make the most amount of money by doing my birthday party then, and that's when the fuck I do it. So this particular year, the 15th and 16th was my marketing birthday weekend, but today's my actual birthday. And it worked out to where I was out of town, so we skipped a week, and then now here we are doing a podcast on the birthday.
That's pretty cool. I thought about it when I was driving here. I'm like, wait, today's Chad and Rob's birthday. How about it?
Yeah, so definitely happy birthday to my brother Ra. Much success, love, and whatever else it is that you're doing, lifting weights and DJing and being the best handicapper in the city.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, that's pretty much all I got on Aries season. What do you got going on, brother?
Yeah, I actually did you know it was a 24-hour bowling alley down the street?
No.
I'm going to hit that joint one of these. I
don't know that there's anything over here.
Did you know that?
I actually been there once.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Is it sketchy?
At a certain hour, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because I'm like, there's no reason outside of trying to hustle somebody that should be bowling at 3 a.m.
Bunch of smelly pirate hookers in there.
But one of these days we record on a late night. I'm gonna go over there and try to catch a game for $1,500.
It's probably exactly what you think it is.
On some kingpin shit. Like, hey, I'm a traveling dictionary salesman. You know what I'm saying? Lying and shit. But yeah, I peeped that today when I was because I left from the mall.
Yeah.
And I went to Vitamin Shop to buy some protein, and I had I know you. I'm like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying?
Roro Shaggy.
Yeah, chick in there, she knows me from the social media shit, and she was just like, yeah, your story is so dope, whatever. She was trying to show me creatine and fat burners, and I'm just like, sis, look, I just want some vanilla protein so I can get the hell out of here.
Which town was this in?
The vitamin shop.
Deptford, probably?
I left from the Deptford Mall and went to the vitamin shop over here. It's right near the Pizzeria Uno.
Okay.
I don't know the street, but it's...
Random parts of Jersey's just knowing about you.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the vitamin shop right over there next to the Uno. It's right off of 42. I don't know the actual.
That's Deptford. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the street it's on, but I was at the Deptford Mall and then I went there and then whatever.
Man, somebody I know got caught creeping at the Deptford Mall the other day. Thought they was low.
Yeah.
Shit, when left, somebody walked up on him like, "Fuck you doing here?"
Yeah, that's never a good look. I've heard it happen before. It never happened to me, but I've heard horror stories. But yeah, other than that, man, this week has been wild. I'm on the 6th now, right? So
okay.
I'm uptown, right?
Uptown
vibes and shit. It's a wild place. You know what I mean? Like when I first started, you forgot I've been there 10 years now, right? I started in 2009. And I actually used to work uptown. Like I used to do the 6 a lot back in the day. And I got on the 27 and the 9 out Roxborough, and I was pretty much on that. So when it came down to pick this time, I wanted a specific hour because I wanted to go to the gym before work and still be able to rest and shit. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to take this joint on the 6. You know, this shit like uptown, Ogons, that shit, it's all cool up there. Bruh. I don't...
Terradome.
Like, it happens fast, like quick. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't but 7-8 years ago where it was like, yo, it was halfway all right. Yeah. And now it's just like...
Imagine being the child of parents that made enough money to move you to a West Oak Lane or a Olney or something like that, where they had a big enough house, you had a backyard and all that shit, and then you grow up and all you want to do is just destroy everything around you.
The shit that go, it's funny because like you know the Dunkin' Donuts right there.
Oh man,
that
shit is the center of negativity.
That's the what's it called in the hurricane? The
eye of the storm.
That Dunkin' Donuts.
That shit is negativity center north.
Tell you how funny this shit was. It's a supervisor that sits in the booth at Brown Only, right? And my first day out there, I saw him, and I'm like, he looked like a square. Like he just looked like a nerd. Like he just be doing the most. Like, and you know me, I'm not. I do right, but like I wear a hat that I'm not supposed to have on, or a jacket over my, like I don't wear a septic coat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just like, I know he gonna be bothering me and whatever. But then I see him like, it's dudes be having their shirts untucked. He don't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, oh, I guess he all right. But then I'm looking at him, no facial hair at all. Yeah. And you don't expect him to like
Braxton P. Hart in a brig.
That's what you kind of. Yeah. So my second or third day out there, I went to the Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee, and I got in there. I'm like, this joint is. It was just way too much going on. So I come back over with the coffee. And he see me. He was like, yo, and I'm thinking he about to bother me because I had on a Nike hoodie over. Yeah. He come over. He like, yo, you went to that Dunkin' Donuts? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yo, you'll get your issue in that joint. I fell the fuck out because I didn't expect him to. He was like, you'll get your issue in that joint. And it's so wild. Like, it's chicks out there selling weed. The chick the other day was like loud out, and she had a double stroller. Like, you know, the joint you can't even get through the door. You know, my sister's twins, so we had double stroller back in the day. Like, you gotta take one baby out and close it a little bit to get it through. She had one of them and was like loud out, and I'm just like, yo, this shit is nuts. So peep the other day. This was Tuesday night, my last trip. I'm like, I'm gonna go get a Dunkin' and shit. So I come into Dunkin' Donuts. You get past all the motherfuckers selling loud and perks.
All the nigger security.
All the socks and every fucking thing else they doing. And the one nigga had his laptop and was playing beats. And one boy was, yo, I said, he rapping over the beats. And I was like, this shit is crazy. Yo. Like, it'd be 40 motherfuckers.
The fucking lyricist lounge at Dunkin' Donuts.
It'd be 40 people in there, nobody buying coffee and donuts. This shit is crazy. But I come in, I get the Dunkin'. I was like, yeah, let me get a small Dunkin'. Pay for it. It's an order line and then a pickup line. Yeah. So I step over to the pickup, John. So I just happen to like turn, look over my shoulder. Young boy comes in the store with a ski mask on, with his hands in his pocket, right? So I see that, and naturally, where do your mind? You know what I'm saying?
Armed robbery.
In my mind, I'm like, I know young boy not about to
Rob this
ain't no
Duncan.
way on earth. You know what I'm saying? So I go into, I don't know if you know, but I've been doing CrossFit and I've been doing jujitsu and lifting and shit a lot. So it's like, I'm ready to hurt somebody.
John Jones move.
I'm on my equalizer, John. I look at my watch. I look at his shoes. I look at the donut I can't have. I'm putting it all together. I'm like, I'll fuck young boy up in here. He steps up to the counter and was like, yo, can I place an order? The chick peeked him already, and she's like standing off behind like the espresso machine, like not coming to the counter. And I'm standing here. He may be 10 feet away from me. Ski mask on with his hands in his pocket. He like, yo, can I place an order? She not moving.
Yeah.
So he like, yo, sis, like, what you doing? Like, can I place an order? And she was like, not with that ski mask on. He like, what? Like, what you talking about? Like, look, come, like, I'm trying to order. What type of time is you on? She like, yeah, no, you can't order with you can't have a ski mask on in the store.
Right.
He was like in disgust and took the ski mask off and was like, can I order now? Like, the fuck? Like, he turned to me, was like, fuck wrong with her, big homie? And I'm like, it's a fucking ski mask. Like,
it's a universe. You have a universal sign for you'll get your issue.
And I'm holding the Dunkin' I'm like, I was about to throw this shit in your face and stomp you into a fucking butthole. Like, it's a ski mask. His response was, it's a Milano joint. And I'm like, what the fuck do that? Like, it's my designer ski mask, so I ain't about to
rob nothing.
And I'm just like, no, dog, you can't. And it's funny because I was telling my man Jared this shit. I'm like, you ever walk into like 7-Eleven or Wawa and you see the sticker on the window and it's a ski mask with a big no, and you like, who the fuck stupid enough to come in with?
You bet the nigga that's stupid enough to walk with the ski mask.
Because if you walk like. It's funny because me and him started having a little conversation. Yeah. He like, I don't like, what the fuck? It's chilly outside. Like, and I'm like, dog, it's a garment. It's an item of clothing. You got the right to put it on, but when you walk into an establishment, they might not serve you because ski masks are used for robberies. And he was like, I mean, I hear all that, but like, I ain't like that. This ain't that. And I'm just like, you gotta understand what it looks. And
right.
and we started going, and I just was like, I remember back to my supervisor, like reminded me about getting my issue, and I'm just like, let me go before young one, because I'm pretty sure he got the clapper on him. Let me just go ahead before he smoked me real quick. And it's wild watching it all. Somebody got clapped at the golf on 71st Ogons.
Yeah.
Uptown people they buy hoagies and gas at the same location. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. Nigga gets clapped. Cops every motherfucking where. They got the shell. I saw the shell case and number. I saw number 11. So it was at least 11 shots.
So he went off.
They had it most of the gas station was roped off, caution tape, cops all over, motherfuckers taking pictures, news cameras and shit. It was motherfuckers still buying gas at like 2 of the hours. That shit is just,
so let me get 4 on 4.
That shit is just normal,
like, yo,
dog.
Relax.
You guys still open?
Yeah. Y'all still open, right? It's just normal.
Oh, nigga check. Oh, he ain't check. Oh, all right, it's cool.
I saw so much goofy shit. And just like that little situation was like, I try my hardest to like, I understand that the young kids really don't know better because they're influenced by so much goofy shit.
Yeah.
They're influenced by television, rap videos. Like, you watch a rap video where niggas got on ski mask and they doing...
You think it's regular.
You'll think it's like normal to just have a ski mask on.
This is abnormal behavior. And the crazy shit is, it's like, yo, from our standpoint, it's like, yo, if you live long enough to live enough life, you'll literally see everything come to fruition. Where it's like just dumb shit that shouldn't be normalized is completely normalized, and that kid just totally don't get why he's out of pocket. Like, he can't process it. Like, what you mean? Like, what's the...
Yo, we went into Insomnia Cookies the other night. Insomnia Cookies. You would think that like all
negativity.
You would think just... Mind you, you know where the one we went to? The new John on Broad and Washington. You know they built a whole condo there. It's like a fucking Starbucks, a Target, a pet store,
a supermarket over there.
The Sprouts Farmers Market, a Sprint store. Like they built like a whole thing. It's Insomnia Cookies in there, right? So we head over there. It's maybe 11:30 at night. We walk in. I'm walking in the store with, I already said I got to use the bathroom. Like I got to piss. And I'm like, I'm walking in the store with that already. Like, we're going to Insomnia Cookies to get like a cookie or some, I wanted some ice cream, but it's like, I'm going to the bathroom when we get into the store. We walk in, it's like 3 young niggas one of them, he's like cracking on the chick, like I guess trying to talk to her, get her number or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like not really paying him no mind, like yo, whatever, like I'm at work, you know, whatever. And he like, so you ain't responding to me, really, for real, like y'all like I'm gonna shoot this shit up. And I'm walking in the bathroom because you know what I'm saying, like and as I get in the bathroom and I'm like pissing, I'm like, what the fuck did that nigga say? Like did I hear So I come out. They're leaving. They got their cookies and shit. They leaving. So I'm like, yo, what did he say? She was like, oh, he was salty because I wasn't like getting my number. He said, he asked what time this shit closed. I'm like 3 o'clock. He like, oh, you gonna come back at 2:50, rob it and shoot it up. And I'm like,
you're not alarmed?
you know that little white thing, the little
Like,
I got my hands in there. I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's a whole felony. And he just walking down.
That's like a terroristic threat. You can't do shit like that.
And like the shit the other day was just like, they don't know no better. Like he don't get like why you shouldn't say that or do, you know. And I'm just like, damn, like it's crazy.
And the thing is, it's like, yo, if you in the right or wrong environment, depending on how you look at it, you'll get to see all of this shit like just happen and then happen again and happen again. And you just be like, am I fucking brain dead or is everybody around me losing their shit? And that's really like what it comes to. Like people literally are totally detached from like any form of like etiquette or the fact that just like there's a basic level of human decency that you should have when you go out into the world and interact with other people.
It was funny because we have a group chat the other day. One of our homies was saying, it was like one of his homies felt as though I be too hard on black folks as far as the podcast and just a lot of things. And it was funny because as the text was coming through, you know, I drive to 6. I couldn't move the bus because I had to wait for supervision and for an ambulance. It was 2 women fighting on my bus, and one of them started bleeding and got blood on the seat. So when there's blood, you know, it's a biohazard. And I'm just like, I got 2 40-year-old black women fighting at 1 p.m. on the bus. And I'm reading this text message, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a fork in the road. Like I don't know what I like, because it's like there's no reason for this to be happening. And I get it, at times it might come off as harsh, but it's like, I'm young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How old am I? 34?
34. How old am I?
Yeah, I had to think for a second. Like, I'm 34. I'm not 50 or 60 or 70, but just the changes that I've seen from, I remember we grew up in Penrose. Penrose was a relatively decent place. Yeah. Penrose, you can get your issue now at the right time, right? And it just, how is it that these areas in these pockets where it's predominantly us, how do we not take the pride or the, like Killer Mike say, the initiative to just be better and live up to certain things?
And why won't we police ourselves so that outside forces don't have to? Like
it's like you say this and people legit get like almost get mad or offended, and it's like, no, here's something you don't understand. I'm black. I'm gonna be black for a very long time. Like pretty much my whole life. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about this shit. We're black. We are gonna be black. Me personally, I prefer to live in a black neighborhood where everybody's doing decent. Doing good. And it's funny because my homie was saying the other night, he had bought a crib up forgot where his crib is at. But he was just like, when he got it, he was like, yeah, it was cool. But he's just like, the neighborhood done changed so much. He like, I gotta get the hell out of here. And it's funny because I told him, when I go to work, I come out, because I work a midday now, 1 to 9:30. Yeah. I come out at 12 to go to work. I can show you a picture. My parking lot is empty. There's no one there. You know why? Everybody's out being productive. Right. They're at work, doing school, something. But you got these areas, I be saying it to myself, why is it standing room only on the bus at 1:12? Right. Where you go? Like no one has anywhere to be. Yeah. And it's just, that's indicative of the areas and the culture, and to just be like, dog, like you gotta like be productive. If you're not doing that, like you in the way.
Yeah. What a concept.
It's like it's no different way you could slice it. You know what I mean? Like what's the a spade a spade? Like you got, you know, it just is what it is. Like you're either in the way or you're not. Yeah. Like we talked last week 2 weeks ago about people going on vacation and getting there and they only brought $200. You are in the way. Yes. You're taking up a stool. You're in the way.
Because all you doing is being a spectator at that point. Like, because you literally are counting your blessings that you're gonna be able to get back home. You're hoping that somebody don't say, yo, let me get a bean real quick. You're gonna have a fucking meltdown.
And me, I have enough respect for things going on. It was like true story, Clint got mad at me because I didn't want to keep doing stand-up comedy. Clint was like, yo, you're really good at this. Like, you know how to be funny.
Yeah.
Clint was like, I had to learn how to be funny. You just naturally understand, like, comedic wit and balance and how to, like, hit harder with the... He's like, you got that. And I was like, my heart ain't in it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, whereas, like, the general manager from the Laugh Factory wanted me to come back to Chicago. And Clint, knowing him, I wound up getting on stage at the Improv in Phoenix and shit like that. I don't want to be in the way of somebody else who's really, really dedicated to this shit because I know my heart ain't in it. That's me having enough respect for myself and for you and for the comedy fucking craft that I'm not going to be in the way just to be in the way.
Yeah.
People just don't have, like Ra. Ra said, listen, y'all my motherfucking homies. Y'all my two of my best friends. I love the idea of the podcast, but I can't be 100 with it. So I'd rather support y'all as much as I can, but I don't want to be on it. That's having an understanding of I don't want to be in the way.
Yeah, I don't have the same level of commitment that y'all do, so I'm not going to cheat the process by being a part of something that I really don't want to be a part of.
And I look at a lot of things that go on with us, especially our generation, like the young, it's just, in the way is just normal.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then it's so normalized that it's become accepted on the flip side.
Jay-Z said niggas just bored, want to be in shit. That's like, that phrase right there categorizes this generation. Motherfuckers don't really want to participate, but they also don't want to miss anything either. So these are like the motherfuckers that'll come and know that a concert sold out and hang out on South Street in front of the TLA all day. Like, what are you here for?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see who down this joint. Go home.
Yeah.
Like, or go somewhere where you have something to do. You can't participate in the actual process. The show is sold out. Go home.
Yeah. It'd be wild watching it all go down. I'd just be like, I'm one man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't change it. At least I don't think I can. I mean, who knows? But it just, I don't know. Somebody the other day we were talking about, I think it was Jules. Me and Jules was talking about, like the leaders for the black community and how do you get the lead? And I'm just like, honestly, the money has kind of ruined everything. Like with sports, entertainment, all of that. I'm like, you look back to like the black leaders from our parents' era, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, these type people, they lived on regular streets. Yeah. Like Martin Luther King lived on a block. Like a regular, you know what I'm saying? Right. This was like one of the biggest figures in the civil rights movement. He lived on the equivalent of 77th and Buick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he lived on a whereas nowadays, if Martin Luther King was out here now, Martin Luther King would have a 4,800 square foot condo and be telling niggas they ain't shit and like holding up bottles on the ground. Like, you know, it's like it's just is what it is. So it's like that has taken over. Yeah. And it's like when you look at sports, because we was talking about the other day the Larry Johnson John when he was
when he went full Allah Akbar.
Yeah. And like after Larry Johnson hit that 4-point play against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals in '99, Larry Johnson came right on the Jim Gray was it Jim Gray? Yeah, it was interviewing him, and he was like, first I'm gonna give all praise due to Allah, you know, on that. And Jim Gray was like, that was a prayer. So Jim Gray straight had to clarify for the viewing public, like that was a prayer. So you know, how do you feel about it? And it's just like I was saying, damn, you're never gonna see that again in NBA. And it's too like they got Kaepernick out of there for kneeling. And I'm like, though, you look at back in the day, Lou Alcindor was the best basketball player on the planet. Yeah. He became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it was respected. Cassius Clay was the best young heavyweight on the planet. He became Muhammad Ali, and it was respected.
There's a mini series on Showtime about Shut Up and Dribble.
Yeah.
And it chronicles all of that and, you know, the political climate and the racial tension and all that from that era moving forward. I watched part 1. I didn't see 2 and 3 yet, like bringing it more modern day. But they was literally talking about how the 4 biggest athletes, Bill Russell, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, and Lou Alcindor all bonded together and had this press conference talking about, you know, the racial issues and, you know, how they're trying to be miscategorized in the media and this and that, and the fact that they were all the 4 biggest athletes alive, but they were still trying to be marginalized and they weren't being given MVPs and things of that nature just because they were black.
And it's wild. Like, you look at where sports is now, it's a multi-billion-dollar business. So these players and these guys, they have so much things that in their minds, I'm like, I got to protect my brand. I got to protect this. I got to protect that. And the guys from back in the day, they weren't worried about that. Ali wasn't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Jim Brown wasn't worried about that. Ali straight changed his name to Muhammad Ali and was like, you will respect this. And then straight said, I ain't going to war. Y'all tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As
the heavyweight champ. No. Y'all bugging. We black and we got enough problems here. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to worry about what's going on over there.
Exactly.
Like, and he didn't have to worry about his deal with Nabisco or his shoe. Like, you know, The Rock has a $17 million deal with Ford. Crazy. Never mind the other million things he got going on. Ford pays him $17 million a year to ride around in F-350s and F-250s and post them on his Instagram. You can't get it back from these people. And then I was telling Jules, once the Instagram social media shit came in, like, that's the way to flex now. And how you gonna get somebody in the NBA to like take a complete stand against something when the Rolls truck just came out,
right?
Or the Lambo truck just came out?
Rare. It's very rare that you find a public figure that's willing to really stand for something and die on that hill because it's too much money at stake.
It's just wild. Like they get mad at LeBron now for cursing.
They get mad at LeBron for everything.
He brought
the wine to the fucking arena.
I saw a whole article the other day about him cursing too much, and I'm just like, do he curse? And it's crazy because I never really paid attention to it, but when I thought about it and when I read it and I thought about like little things I've heard him say and do, and I'm just like, yo, LeBron 35 years old. That's a grown ass man with children, and that's like, I think back to my dad when he was 40 with 3 children, like LeBron. My pop was cursing.
There's some cursing going on.
There's some cursing going on. Black man got some curse words for you. It's just the way, and it's like, what? Like, we almost expect them to not be regular.
Yeah.
That's the shit that be tripping me out sometimes. Like, yo, these regular ass people, dog. Like,
yeah.
But, and a lot of them get sucked into, that's the thing with me with Westbrook. Like, all that shit is cool. I'll beat y'all the fuck up while I'm out here. You know what I mean? Because we regular. We regular ass folk.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't say and do anything to me. But we've gotten to the point now where it's like the people that we look up to in our community, it's all about money and being popping and being lit.
Right.
And then I look at a lot of it for the kids, because the kids don't know no better because they don't have the foundation at home. When we were kids, I looked up to Biggie. I looked up to Jay-Z. But at the end of the day, I have a dad and a mom, and they got sense. And dinner is lit, and we going on vacation this summer. So it's like, we got our people that we like, and you got your posters up in your room and all of that shit. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It's wild because a lot of it, like television, like you look at the Uncle Phil's, like when J. Cole say, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil, you the only father that I ever knew. Like, just that, like programming, like you look at Uncle Phil, Carl Winslow, even back to like Sanford and Son and Good Times, like the black father, Fred Sanford, James on Good Times, like all these different things were like there. And it's like now they got reality TV as Kirk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking Kirk. That's a black dad on television.
I saw Rashida when I was in the mall the other day. That's a good looking woman.
Rashida always look amazing.
She looked good as a motherfucker. They said that they was like, you can't. The people that work at Saks was telling, they was like, you can't sell Rashida anything because she has everything, but she'll come in and like buy all of Kirk's clothes. I'm like, he looked like a nigga who wife dress him.
But just a lot of the people that are like looked up to and like, idolized. Now it just, for me, a lot of times I'll just be like, why? Like,
right.
Like for what? And people don't even realize just how detrimental it is to the children and everything else because they the ones who really don't have a balance or an understanding. Yeah. The girls really come outside and try to act like Cardi and the City Girls and Tommy of Love and Hip Hop, not realizing it's like, y'all gonna be in bad shape in 18 years. Like,
you're gonna be in bad shape in 4 years.
Yeah, really.
Like that shit is not normal behavior. That shit catches up to you. Tommy got more mugshots than Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Fucking Tommy just got arrested last week, missed the booking at Vanity, had to send the fucking money back because you couldn't leave the state of Georgia. It's like shit like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, You are at a place where your fame and your popularity and who you are has allowed you to sell your likeness to the point where you can go places and appear and get money. That's the fucking American dream. Literally, like, all you got to do is show the fuck up, hang around people you don't like for an hour and fucking pick up 7 bands. Like, and you're fucking that up because you can't get out your own way. This is not normal behavior, and we shouldn't be viewing it as something to aspire to. This shit is weird. Y'all let fucking Cardi B talk all that crazy shit to y'all, and at the end of the day, she going home to her kid and her husband. She don't believe that shit, and she don't live that lifestyle. We got to be able to separate life from entertainment, and really, and that's the difference between our generation and the present generation. They take everything at face value and just say, oh, this is what it is. Like I was saying, frustrated 2 years ago, I'm like, yo, these bitches out here is listening to way too much Migos and Fab. Y'all taking these lyrics like serious. Like y'all believe this shit. These niggas gonna go home to their wives. Like, you playing games. Like this is not real life.
Yeah. I remember like when state property was the heaviest thing in the city, and it's just like I could listen to Beans talk about perks and, you know,
I don't want one.
I stay on my lean, riding shotgun in the hoop. I can listen to that shit all day, and then, you know, tuck my shirt in and go to work. Like, real talk. It's just
imagine trying to follow in Bean's footsteps. You at the pony trail beating niggas up, shooting niggas. You riding around with 72,000 in your trunk of your car, hopping out on corners at dice games and such. Like no, Beans.
I remember one of my homies was like so amped up. He was like, he bought some state property jeans, and the jeans had like a hidden pouch inside the jeans.
Stash spot.
He was like, yeah, no, it's the stash joint. You know what I'm saying? It's where you like keep your work and shit. And I'm just like, do you still work at UPS? And he was like, what? I'm just saying, like, you still work there, right? Like, what are you talking about? But that's really like
if I had some work, this is where the work would go.
If I had some work, this is where it would go. Dumb as shit.
Fuck you, me.
Yo, you just made me think about it the other day, yo. I gotta talk about it real quick. I'm scrolling through television the other day. Yo, have you ever seen Taken 3?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yo, I didn't even know there was a Taken 3.
There's a Taken television show.
Listen, as bad as Taken 1 is, because in Taken 1 he's 107. In Taken 3 he's like older. He's like 180. Have you is Taylor out there?
No, he moved.
Yo, Taken 3, he got some of the most ridiculous, like, he got pushed off of a cliff and didn't die. It's like, what is this? They pushed him down an elevator shaft in the car. He got out and walked out into the street before the cops realized what had happened in the elevator shaft. He was already walking down the block. I'm like, no, he's 180 years old.
Liam Neeson gotta be the fucking executive producer. I gotta look at the credits. I'm positive he's the executive producer.
I couldn't believe the shit that was happening in it. Yo, I mean, we were dying. I had the whole room dying because I'm like, this shit can't be fucking real. You know what the worst part is in Taken 3? You saw it. So the stepdad set the mom up, killed her, and tried to make it look like it was him. So Liam Neeson figures it all out, of course, because somehow he's 180 and doesn't have dementia. He can still put together clues and all this bullshit. Figures it out. He's about to kill him at the end. Remember he had the gun to the dude's face? Yeah. And the daughter was like, Dad, no, the cops are coming. And he was like, you're going to jail. But when you get out, I will find you. And I will kill you. I'm like, oh, Taken 4. Like, get the fuck out of here.
30 years later.
It's going to be 207 by the time Taken 4 comes out. Dog, the shit you see on television, yo, be like, it'd be insane. Real quick, last one. It's a channel on fucking, you got Comcast, Xfinity?
Yeah.
It's a channel, I think it's 802 or 801, early 800, 802, some shit like that. Okay. It's an old school channel, but not like, you know how TV One plays like Sanford and Son, Good Times, The Jeffersons, all the fly shit from back in the day. This channel plays like Knight Rider and fucking Bonanza, like the shit no one ever wants to watch again. So it was like 3 a.m. I was sick, so I took Tylenol, cold and flu night. Yeah. You ever take it?
Yes.
It's like lean.
Yeah,
like,
you die.
Like,
you just die.
It's literally, it's like,
wake up and shit coming out your eyes.
What's the super good lean activist? It's like that shit. So I take that shit and instantly I got the giggles. Like I'm just cracking the fuck up because it just make you so relaxed. fucking Lassie was on this. It's either 802 or 800. Yo, the people from the 70s are dumb as fucking shit. Have you ever watched an episode of Lassie?
I've probably like 2 in my whole life.
Dog, this fucking dog. As bad as much shit as I give Taken and Liam Neeson, at least Liam Neeson's a human. Like he's 100, but at least he's a human being. Taylor, I swear to God, yo. I'm watching Lassie. I took this fucking medicine. It's 3 a.m. I'm sitting there watching this shit. Timmy was the boy. Timmy was at fucking school. The grandfather had a heart attack. Fucking Lassie drove him to the hospital. I was like, yo. I said, what the fuck is this? I couldn't believe that.
Fucking
shit.
service dog.
Fucking Lassie was driving the car. Like,
how did Lassie hit the pedals?
I'm like, never mind the fact that it's a dog driving the deuce in the corner. How the fuck did he get the old man in the car? Old man passed out. Lassie had him in the whip and was driving to the hospital. I said, yo, I don't know if it's that I'm high off this medicine or what, but I'm fucking dying.
Holy shit.
Yo, I was on the floor watching that shit the other day. Like, what the fuck? They'll put anything on television, dog, and tell you that it's classic.
Yeah.
Lassie, he had his little paws over there. Yo, I was driving a fucking car.
What, they going 4 miles an hour? Like, he can't press the gas.
Yo, could you imagine seeing a dog, like, pulling somebody to the car to take them somewhere? Funniest shit ever, man.
Fucking Lassie.
802 is Me TV.
That's what it Me TV.
Whatever that is.
It's Me TV. They look at the track listing, I guess, for whatever the fucking Night Court. Just all the old.
Yo, I used to fuck with Night Court. That was my shit.
Just all the shows, Dallas, just all the shit you honestly had
all the
forgot
G
about.
levels,
Gilligan's Island, all that shit you had forgot about comes on this fucking station. Because when I saw Lassie, I started flipping through like the next couple days, and I'm like, Bonanza, god damn, like just shit you just really.
Yeah.
Most people our age just had never like if you had to have an old parent or grandparents to even know what a half of these shows are. But they play. Oh, I was watching that Lassie shit, dying, yo, dying.
Me TV is pushing Alf.
Yeah, like, all kinds of old shit you just forgot about.
Fucking Alf. I used to have a fucking Alf stuffed animal at my grandmother's house for
I think
years.
everybody our age had a fucking stuffed Alf.
Fucking
When
Alf,
they was kids.
man.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin. Well, I didn't. My sisters did. I used to take my NWA tapes and put him in his back. And he was fucking sing the Straight Outta Compton shit. Fucking nuts, yo. Oh, man. But yeah, I would say turn the TV off and go outside, but it's dangerous out there.
It's super dangerous outside.
It's going to be 75 tomorrow, I think. 74, 75.
Yeah, all my homegirls been trying to line up they thought activities for tomorrow.
I started seeing it's feeling like I'm single weather coming. I'm like, y'all been single since 05. Like, why? Like, what are you talking about? Like, just go out. It's supposed to be rainy though tomorrow. Like it's going to be 75, but it's going to be rainy.
Oh, okay.
So that
might deter some of the
I was going to
hoes.
say that might
That might sideline a couple of the hoes.
might calm y'all down just for a little second. But
I mean, I get it. The weather been fucked up. I get it. Everybody want to get outside, whatever like that. But it's like y'all literally lose y'all shit every time. And I'm just like, yo, you do know when there's the first nice day, there's more coming. And y'all just like can't compartment. They're like, I gotta be outside today.
I do not understand. And this is my last one. I swear to God, I'm not picking on people or nothing like that. I don't understand the attitude of it's nice, so let's get into some violence.
Right.
That's the one that I have trouble understanding. Like, why is it that it's because it's nice today?
Let me go find a nigga who the shoes to step on so I can shoot him.
Yeah, like I like that, and it's wild as we all know this.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this subconsciously. Like, oh, it's nice. It's going to be some shit today. Why?
We've been programming that
Why
shit
does
for
it have
30
to be
years.
some shit?
Yeah.
Why can't y'all just go have fun and do whatever? You know what I mean?
Or not shoot everybody. Like here's one. It's nice outside. Let's not shoot everybody up.
Something like that.
That'd be so dope. We could live with that. We'd go out with that.
We weren't here last week.
We were not.
You were in the ATL.
I was in ATL with 299 people from Philly. I had no idea it was going to be that big of a deal. But once I went to start booking my fucking flight, I realized like this is about to be like some shit. Like this is something that a gang of people are planning to attend, and it ended up being Meek weekend out there. I started seeing brunch flyers popping up with Meek on there. I'm like, nobody commissioned this.
Okay, do you want to talk about your...
Yeah, listen, it was a good-ass time. It was the opposite of some of the other weekends that happened in Philly that I shall remain nameless because it wasn't a promoted weekend, so just kind of like, all the right people went. So it was like the people that were in the know were all like the hip motherfuckers, the people that didn't have problems spending money, the good-looking people, the people that was, coming out not on no bullshit. It wasn't no violence, no almost fights, no twerking on top of French toast. Like it wasn't none of that shit. It was just like a dope ass time. Everybody moving around like in unison. Philly was holding it down every spot. We had 5 to 10 tables everywhere, different crews of people and shit like that. And it was just like a really like cool, good time. And everybody, had fun. Everybody I talked to said that was like one of their best trips they've been on in a long time. And I was surprised. I didn't expect that going into it. But, Atlanta's always fun. But this particular time was like really, really cool as shit.
Okay.
Because it was like a real camaraderie between the Atlanta people and the Philly people. And then Meek had a show Sunday. He brought out Sway Lee, 2 Chainz, Future. He had Dirk on the tour with him and Cash Doll. Dirk in a nightclub is like Jay-Z level. Dirk on a concert stage is the worst piece of shit.
Peter Guns.
It's like Peter Guns and Lord Tariq.
Yeah.
Like it is night and day. And it's like, yo, I'm like, this is not the same artist that put 1,600 people in Vanity Grand. Like, what is going on here? He was just so disconnected. He's performing, and it's just like he got his dirty young boys on the stage with him. Then he going to the DJ having sidebars. Like, oh no, cut that. They cut like 5 records. Like, oh no, we gonna get into something else. I'm just like, this is the last day of the tour. You don't know your set list by now? This is show 20. It was just strange. Cash Doll put on a pretty decent show, but she's like, I don't think she considered her audience, meaning like the people are here to see Meek. Mm-hmm. We not here to see you bringing like your gay homies. No offense to the gays out there, but bring your gay homies on stage to twerk. Mm-hmm. This is not the right arena for that. Like, this is like the motivation tour is not where we want to see like the gay boy from Wild 'N Out twerking on stage. Mm-hmm. Like that's for the Cash Doll tour, not for like the Meek Millie motivation tour. But overall, it was a good show. Future was, Future and Meek was obviously the highlights. Future did like 3 songs, and 2 Chainz did like 2 songs or whatever like that. But Meek really he held it down. Atlanta's like probably his second biggest market though.
I'm just getting into the 2 Chainz, the Rapper Go to the League album. It's not what
it's not a 2 Chainz album.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a mature rap album.
And I like it took me a while to even let the A. Marie sample because I was like they shouldn't have touched this. But I'm
fucking with it.
Yeah, it's good. Like I'm liking it. It's definitely not what I expected. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be some foolishness because I put it on going into the gym and it
almost kind of reminds me of like when Young Thug was heating up and he had all them records that nobody could understand the fuck he was talking about. Then he put out the Barter 6, which is a masterpiece, and it was like the most clear, and like his enunciation and how he was rhyming and all that shit was just so straightforward, and you like, damn, he tricked us.
You just made me think about it. I found a playlist on Apple. It's Atlanta Hip Hop Essentials. I didn't realize just how much music has come out of Atlanta.
It's endless.
A normal playlist on Apple would be 40 songs, maybe 60 songs and shit. This playlist has 836
and you
songs.
need all of them.
And you don't realize until you playing it. Like, dog, I'm talking about from Bombs Over Baghdad to fucking Brother Man, that shit, to I'm Different, 2 Chainz, to, I Love It from Jeezy, to it fucking Check was on there from Young Thug. And I'm like, oh, I forgot all of it. Like, it's just so much music that has come out of Atlanta. And somebody asked me the other day, do I still consider New York the mecca of hip hop? And I'm like, here's the thing. The West Coast, when they mattered and had it for hip hop, they put forth some of the biggest artists ever. Yeah. Tupac, Snoop, Dre, Cube, the fucking
Dog Pound,
NWA, Dog Pound, The Game, Kendrick Lamar. It's just been endless, like titans of hip hop. Atlanta in the modern day era, Atlanta is like the biggest names. Or like, and that's what we was talking about the other day. Like, my man Jared was like, damn, like, you know, the Meek show here, like, you know, you figure Atlanta, he brought out Future. And I'm like, well, and 2 Chainz. And I'm just like, well, like in Atlanta, you bring out the hometown. Like, you come here, there ain't many, like, you figure it's Beans or Gilly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what it is. Whereas, like, if you go do a show in Chicago, it's endless amounts of motherfuckers. You bring out Keith, Twista and tear that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's Kanye, it's Twista, it's Keith, Dirk.
It's just endless. Reese. It don't matter which lane you dig Kells up out the grave room. Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's endless amounts of people you can go into in these other cities. Yeah, and I'm like, Atlanta. When you sit and look at like that playlist, I'll send it to you. It's just nuts. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about Gorilla Zoe, just like shit you just forgot about. Was just like, damn. Like, Atlanta really got endless amounts. Ludacris, motherfucking T.I., CeeLo, all his the Goody Mob.
I'm sure the young boy Day probably got 2 sneaky records on there.
It's Knuck If You Buck, Crime Mob. Like, it's just endless amounts. Trillville, Lil Jon, Scrappy. It's endless amounts of dudes from Atlanta. And when they had it, like when Lil Jon had it, he was the biggest producer in the motherfucking game. When T.I. had it, he was king. I said I was a king, and I came right back. Nobody checking me. It just is what it is. Jeezy, like I just said, it's just endless amounts of dudes. But I'm like, New York just put forth the Mount Rushmores of rap. Even from the prior generation, like when you look at the Rakim, the Slick Rick, the Run DMCs, Big Daddy Kane, them dudes, and then even the dudes who don't get the Prodigy, AZ, G-Rap, all like them, like, I'm just like, I get what Atlanta's done and what Atlanta has become, but I'm just like, New York, and Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, they argue all day. Like, it's just, you're not moving that. So, I don't know, that was a conversation we was having the other day. I don't know, where are you at with it?
I mean, New York, we can never discredit New York because at the end of the day, New York taught us how to do this shit. And the greats from New York are so much far greater than a lot of other markets around the country. Now, when you look at a Jeezy, a Future, a T.I., a Luda, Outkast, a case can be made for them, Scarface, who's not from Atlanta but from the South. A case can be made for them against anybody. But then when you run down the pantheon of like elite New York MCs and all the classic bodies of work and all of the shit that spawns from that, and how even like a Mike Geronimo, who's not an all-time great, but he spawns fucking Ja Rule and Cash Money Click and like shit like that. It's like, it's so many like branches on the tree that you just can't get away from New York.
Yeah. Like, like you ain't even going to give like the Murder Incs, the G Units, the shit like it just the Dipsets.
Even
it's
like
just too much.
Even the GS9s, that shit was a moment. Like that shit was like, what is this? Like,
I saw John the other day,
commandeered the internet.
The Hot Nigga video released today, 5 years ago. I'm like, it's been 5 years.
Excuse me?
Like, damn. Like, it's been 5 years.
Yeah, so it's like, say what you will about New York, but, even in a down period, they always have some shit that just captivates the world. Tekashi just did it. Like, so it's like, say what you will about New York, but there's always one lightning rod that breaks through from, all of that shit. And let's not forget, Nicki Minaj was the biggest female artist for the last 15 years, and then now Cardi B. Like, New York is ever present in the hip hop game. Like, Cardi B got 2 of the biggest records in the universe right now. Money was number 1 on radio, all formats, and then the record with Bruno Mars is number 1 on the other fucking radio format on like the adult AC and all of that shit.
Yeah, New York is a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Mace, fucking the Locks. Yeah. It's just too much. DMX, like it's just really too much that has come from New York. So I respect Atlanta, Houston, Miami, even Detroit, like all these different places, but just New York.
Speaking of Detroit on the come up now, got the hottest young rappers.
I've seen somebody else
out.
say this, like Detroit.
Peasy, payroll's OG from there, but payroll from Doughboy Cash Out. He just put out a great project January 30th. But Peasy just put out No Hooks too. Yo Gotti and Lil Baby just signed this kid 42 Doug from Detroit. He fire, like 21 years old, fire. They just signed him and put a project out on him called Young and Turn. Check that out. It's like my favorite shit out right now. This kid named Babyface Ray, Sada Baby. T Grizzly, obviously. It's like a whole movement of like new fly young Detroit motherfuckers, like, and they talk that like you like street oriented hip hop. They got the crown, hands down.
Do you still watch battle rap?
Yes.
Are you like into it super heavy?
I catch it. It's so much of it. Like Smack just kind of like cornered the market on the shit to where it's like King of the Dot doesn't think about this. King of the Dot has some of the biggest battles ever. They don't even like. You don't even see their battles no more. Like when I go on my YouTube, nothing from them comes across.
It was another one that was
feed.
URL was
Yeah, that's Smack.
That's Smack.
Yeah, that's
pre Smack.
Yeah, post Smack.
Post Smack.
Yeah, post Smack. But it's like they've cornered the market with the
It was
battle
another
rap.
big one though. It was URL, KOTD, and
Grind Time.
no, the shit that like DNA and all of them used to be on.
Grind Time.
It wasn't Grind. I swear it was something else. Cause like where Chess and all them came from.
Oh, We Go Hard.
We Go Hard. There you. I
We Go
know
Hard.
it's something else. Yeah.
We Go Hard is basically like a feeder league for URL now.
Yeah.
Like they've literally cornered the market on the battle rap shit. They're doing international like battle
Chess,
rap shows now.
T-Top, Briz, all of them like came. They
We Go
they was
Hard.
going at it with each other.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
So basically, like what it is now it's like, all right, I pay attention to like the big battles, or if somebody has like a viral moment that comes across Twitter or whatever like that, I'll go back and watch the battle based on that viral moment. But it's just so many battles out, it's hard to sift through the shit.
My thing with battle rap is there isn't a format for who, like, you know, even in NCAA. This team could be undefeated. This team could be 22-1.
Right.
But they're ranked higher than them. And it's like when it comes to like time for the college football championship, they have a playoff now and they do the whole thing and they pick so it's like you kind of have an understanding of it. Even if you're not super into college sports, you get an understanding of power rankings and shit like that. With the battle rap joint, you don't even know who won.
Yeah, it just happens.
It's just opinion.
Yeah, it just happens. It's all opinionated because there's in the room and then there's on camera. And sometimes what you see in the room is not what comes across on
like,
camera.
I keep it being with you. When you was like Geech Gotti 3-0 Suge, I didn't think so. I didn't think it was a 3-0.
But in watching it, Suge is fighting back.
Honestly, I thought Suge won the first round. And it was just like,
But in the arena, you hear them 3-0, 3-0 at the top of
the third
Gotti's, like 3 lines in, and they like 3-0, 3-0.
Yeah,
and I'm watching it like this is a fight. Like
I watched it and I like Suge. So I like that he did that mumbling, that rumbling, he bouncing around like this shit is fucking hilarious to me. So I watched it and I just like Geech Gotti first verse was nuts and I'm just like, oh yeah, this might be bad. But then Suge went and I'm just like, oh no, Suge first.
Right. Suge might have got this shit. Yeah.
And I'm looking through the comments and I see people like Gotti 3-0, Gotti 2-1, Suge 2-1, and I'm just like, this is my problem with battle rap because here we are again for the 85th battle. No one declares a winner. It's like it's just wild.
Yeah.
It's like, and that be my biggest thing because I saw the thing where Cassidy's battling again. He's
battling Goods.
He's battling. I used to think Goods was like a play around, like not a big dog of battle rap. I never took him serious.
He's an icon.
Then come to find out, and this is what I'm just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. It's like
the criteria is
I feel
so relaxed.
like a gymnastics judge. It's like I watch a gymnastics routine, I'll be like, she was horrible. And next thing you know, she getting a gold medal.
9.8.
I'll be like, what the fuck? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. So it's like that'd be my biggest thing with battle rap. It's like I don't know who is the winner. And it's like I look at like when Big Star did Philly versus Harrisburg. Granted, it was, Pitbull versus you knew what was happening. But it's like there was Reed blatantly destroyed. Yeah. Like it's you knew this and you knew what it was. Cassidy versus Freeway. You know who won that.
Right.
T-Top versus the White Ball Snow. You know who won that. I told you one of the worst Jones I ever seen was Tay Rock over DNA and Av over Chess. It was just
motherfuckers throwing up and shit.
When you said it on Twitter, I thought about it afterwards. The worst body ever in battle rap was probably Charlie Clips over T-Rex. That John,
it
literally got
menacing.
Cassidy and then was just like, all right, this shit got it. And like, it just was bad. You know what I mean? It's like shit like that. All right, cool. But the Jones that's debatable, it's like Smack don't, he just do this shit and it's over. And you just like, wait, who won this shit?
We still have no resolution to this.
Like, even Freestyle Friday, they declared a motherfucking champion. You know what I mean? So that'd be my joint with battle rap. I'm not super into the culture anymore. Me and Rob was talking about it the other day. Like, as you get older, you just, you know, like, that's why with the 2 Chainz album, it take me a while to get to albums now just because it's not my everyday life. Where at one point, the new DVD came out, nigga, we was linking up hype shit to watch that. And it's like, now we don't, it take me months. Like, I didn't even know so-and-so battle so-and-so. I'll be like, I'll hear it on Twitter and be like, oh shit, let me go check that John out.
Yeah, I'm literally down to like 2 or 3 people who shit like I still like pretty much follow. I mean, it's like, you know, Tay Rock is talented, but it's like if you've seen one Tay Rock battle, you've seen them all.
Honestly, I tell you, my favorite in battle rap is Rum Nitty, and people hate him. And I be like, I like Nitty. I like Nitty and Ev. And it's just, you know, again, it's all opinion, you know what I mean?
I'm like, I really still fuck with, you know, Averb is one of the GOATs to me. I still watch his shit. He's been coming back and been good lately. He had a good battle with Mook. He gonna battle Lux soon, so I'm gonna be tuned into that. Hollow and then Geechee Gotti. Like, those are the main ones.
What Hollow?
Hollow the Don. He just fucking lost to Mav Hoffa. He just got smoked by Mav Hoffa.
Hollow the Don, the light skin boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Hollow. He decent. He be having like bullshit going on outside of the
king of bullshit.
He the king of absolute bullshit. But I thought you were talking about Hollow, the one from Nick Cannon's show.
No.
Because even him, like, people think he's a stone cold Mount Rushmore of battle rap. Hitman Holla.
Yeah.
And I just be like, I don't like the shit where he always throw his brother up to do the bar and shit.
They love that shit.
Yeah, they go crazy for it. I'd be like, you can see it coming. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, like it's just wild. Like when you watched Hollow the Don versus Charlie Clips, like that first verse, Hollow, where he just was like talking about how you tell the people when to get off. It's like an exit on the highway. They see the shit coming a mile away, and he started basically rapping like Clips. Yeah. And the crowd finished the line. Like, you see how easy it is for them? They're like, that shit was brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he can rap, but he'll leave the stage, and then where the bullshit at? Like, it just immediately back into dumb shit. So it's like, you know, making a career out of these things is like, you know, like Brosco was talking about that shit on Twitter, like, where do you go from these joints?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, it just, dudes be super duper talented, and it'd be like, all right, like, now what? Because the dude who has no talent just put a song out that went top 40.
Right.
He bought his mama house. You know what I mean?
Bought his young bitch a little scumbag Benz.
Yeah. Red face rollies for everybody.
Who's really winning?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one song can change your fucking life.
Your whole situation.
Change your life and in the life of everyone around you. Imagine if you string together 10 of them motherfuckers.
Right.
What you can do. Like, it's so many ways to make money. Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound was breaking it down. This is probably like 2 years ago. And he was just talking about all the different ways to make money in the music game. It's insane. Like, you can monetize one song 9 different ways. Mm-hmm. You can do fucking digital distribution. So that's like iTunes, Amazon Music, shit like that, where you can buy music. Then there's streaming, so that's a whole nother revenue stream. Then there's quarterly fucking publishing, which is your mechanical royalty from your song being played on the radio, put on these playlists, fucking your video getting spun, shit like that. Then you got Sound Exchange, which is like registering your shit for movies.
Right.
Then you have like TuneCore and shit. It's just like, it's insanity, like how much fucking money you can make.
Talking about making money with the music industry, let's talk about the king of it, man. Jay-Z. Jay, y'all know I'm not the biggest Hov fan. We talk about this a lot. But Jay as the person is becoming like I really, really
He's
like
undeniable
Like
as a person.
and I think that's just me getting older and letting my biases go because I was such a Nas fan.
Yeah.
And then once the whole battle happened, I was like, told y'all, I've been telling y'all for years. Like, and
Y'all ain't want to listen.
but it's just as time go on, it's like I see Nas getting his just due and getting the money. And it was funny because I was looking at like rap Grammy awards throughout the years. Nas has had so many rap Grammy nominations and just never won. It's just fucking insane. But seeing Nas get the money and he's making all this money off all these different investments and staying low key, that's who Nas was. And I think that's decent that Jay and Nas, they didn't have to sacrifice who they are. And they both made it to a super successful place.
Absolutely.
Nas does not want to be seen unless he decides I want. Like he's really like you see how motherfuckers go somewhere and they be like, yeah, I'm not coming out till whatever. So don't. But they be both because they be out Tuesday doing the absolute most. You know what I'm saying? Nas really like I'm not coming out until October. He not coming out till October.
Right.
You ain't gonna see him nowhere. That's him. And Nas has figured out a way to make a lot of fucking money and not be seen. Whereas Jay is in your face. I'm getting more money than you. My bitch is better than yours. My house bigger than yours. My car faster. I do whatever the fuck I want. I'm allowed to grow my hair and be 80. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I'm getting more money than and it's like, that was Jay in 96, 97,
Ben
98.
Jay.
That's been him. And he kept that same mantra and attitude to where even now, Jay still hop on the track like, look at y'all niggas reporting to the mother. Like, that's still him. And he figured out a way to make a boatload of fucking money and still be who he is.
Yeah.
So it's like, he pulled off another one this week.
Another one. And the thing is with Jay, right, the overarching thing that I realize about him is he got as much money as they say he got because he just doing shit for fun now just to like help
Shits
people.
and giggles.
Yeah, for shits and like just to like I'm gonna just shake the music industry up again, like for the 4th time this year. So this week, for those of you that don't know, Lil Uzi's been like in a contract dispute with DJ Drama and Don Cannon. They have a company called Generation Now that's distributed through Atlantic Records. So Uzi, it's like a production deal or whatever like that. So any artist out there, if you're in a production deal, you're automatically in a bad deal. Off rip because the money goes to the production company, then they gotta cut you a check. So anytime that your money is not coming directly from the distributor or from the parent label, you're fucked because you gotta wait on somebody else's ability to cut you a check. And we've seen this shit time and time again with Cash Money, and they're actually a distributor and they still didn't pay nobody. So if you in a wrong situation from which your money flows, you can end up jammed up. So basically Uzi what Drama and Cannon did is not a bad thing. It's standard.
I was gonna say standard
it's
music
standard
practice,
music
right?
industry practice. Fucking Elliot Grange does this shit. His father Lucian Grange does this shit. Fucking Leor Cohen, Todd Mott, they all do the same shit.
Geffen, all them motherfuckers.
They offer you something in hopes that you don't know your true value or your potential, and they pitch it like they're overpaying you for now, when in reality, they feel like your value is 100 times more than that, and that's why they're offering you what they're offering you. So Uzi basically got like a standard, regular, new artist deal. But when you look back and you realize I've sold 8 million albums and I have a song that has 12 million fucking downloads, and then I have another song that I'm featured on that has 12 million downloads, Bad and Bougie, and I have 2 of the biggest songs of my generation, but I only made XYZ, and people are doing think pieces about how much money I made off of EXO Tour Life, I'm in a bad fucking deal.
I mean, this is the thing though. It's like, this is where you like it's wild because me and Taylor were talking about this when you got here. The hate that people have for like a LeBron, when LeBron and Kevin Durant have shown us the way. Scottie Pippen was in a 7-year, $9 million deal.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Even Shaquille O'Neal at the time, Kevin Garnett, they were taking 7-year, $120 million deals.
Yeah.
Sounds great. When you think about what Shaq was actually worth to the Los Angeles Lakers for that
50
early
times
championship
that.
run.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Jordan, I remember that when he became a billionaire, and what was it, 2005 or 6, I think it was, when he actually became a billionaire. And I was just like, Jordan just became a
like just now, like
the Jordans, like Jordan,
Yeah.
like, and you think about like, damn, like it was a Sports Illustrated. I wish I still had it, man. My mom had it back in the day. God knows where this magazine was. When Jordan retired for the second time, they did a special Sports Illustrated where it showed basically everything he had done in his career, and one of the pieces in the magazine were about how much money he generated for Nike, Gatorade, the Come Fly With Me, the Space Jam franchise, McDonald's, all the different things. And it basically broke it all down. And it said Jordan, being who Jordan was with the sneakers and everything around it, probably made Nike upwards of about $30 billion.
that's insanity.
And this was like in 98, 99. And I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, Jordan just became a billionaire? That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But when you think about Nike being, I think Nike now has like an $87 billion
Market
valuation.
cap. Yeah.
It's like, where the fuck would that be at without Jordan? Never mind Andre Agassi and Charles Barkley and Pippen and everybody else, LeBron, all these other dudes who have been on Nike and, made Nike.
Yeah.
When you think about Nike in 1983 and then Nike in 1998, and knowing that Mike was the catalyst for that shit, it's just like,
He saved the company.
Y'all owe Mike $25 billion. Y'all kind of owe Mike a lot of billions. And it's just wild because Jordan broke off, started Jordan Brand, and they said Jordan Brand now makes about $200 million a year. And I'm like, still ain't enough for what Mike became to the sneaker and clothing apparel
He
world.
changed the sneaker industry.
He single-handedly
Like
shifted
he
it.
took fines for wearing shoes that weren't considered regulation.
Yeah.
Like he literally put himself on the line. Now I'm sure Nike paid the fucking fine.
Nike, they said Nike was paying.
But at the same time, it's like, yo, he laid it on the line at the time. Like he went against establishment. So it's like he's the glitch in the matrix that changes the sneaker game and makes it from sport to fashion.
And my thing is like, Magic's first deal with the Lakers?
Yeah, it was like 10 years, 10 million or
20
something.
years, 20 million.
20 years, 20 million.
And it's just, to Magic in 1979, coming out of fucking Michigan State from Illinois. Was he from Illinois? Illinois, right? Eastern Illinois, I think.
Yeah.
Where he's from? Somewhere. I think it was Illinois. But like, coming from Michigan State University in 79, and you hear 20 million guaranteed, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, run it.
Run it. But then 5 years in, when y'all Showtime, and now the Lakers franchise is worth $1.5 billion, it's
In the
like,
80s.
it's like, whoa, that mill this year not gonna really cut it. Like, this ain't it. And that's where I'm like, LeBron and KD have shown us the way. Give me a 2-year deal, 35-year each year, and I got a 1-and-1. If she's gonna go right this year, I'm
out of here. Yeah.
Y'all bugging. Because I can't lock into 8 years with this.
Yeah.
Realistically, Mark Cuban bought the Mavericks franchise for $180 million. The Mavericks franchise now is worth $2 billion. The money that's getting made from these, Jerry Jones, the Cowboys are worth $4 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking, what's his name, bought the Clippers for $2 billion.
Ballmer.
The Clippers.
Yeah, Ballmer. Steve Ballmer.
The no championship, no playoff Clippers.
They say he's worth $44 billion.
Yeah. Like, these franchises are worth and make a lot of fucking money. And you look at somebody like LeBron, like a Zion Williamson, like those once-in-a-generational athletes.
Yeah.
Now, with LeBron, we didn't really understand it with Magic Johnson. I mean, one, we were babies. We didn't really understand it even with Jordan because we didn't get the second level analysis and we didn't get the 24-hour news cycle and we didn't have social media and we weren't able to dive deep in to what Michael Jordan meant to the commerce of the city of Chicago. Granted, Chicago with Oprah and everything else was huge in itself. But you look at what LeBron meant to the fucking the infrastructure of Cleveland. It's like when he left, he almost bankrupted
The city. Yeah, fuck the team. The city.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when LeBron turned around and said, like, people like get mad, like, oh man, he want to be the general manager, bruh. Like, let him run the fuck. Like, what he means to the team and to the city, yeah, that's him understanding his worth.
Yeah.
I am who I am, so I get to run shit where I'm at. Y'all bugging if you think anything else.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? LeBron straight came out his mouth. Yeah, it ain't like a aspiration. It's like owning a team is like what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm going to do the shit.
It should be nothing below. I should easily own a team.
Yeah.
All the money I've generated, all the fucking you tripping. I should easily own a basketball team. And it's like I like the fact that LeBron comes out and says that. I like the fact that Jay-Z comes out and says these things. Like Jay-Z said it in 01 and he wasn't lying. I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush. Y'all can bullshit with this if you want.
Listen, I got a Jay-Z story. So like back in, I want to say like 98, 99. So this is around volume 2 time. This is when, the Neptunes is just really starting to get big or whatever like that. So Jay is going down to Virginia to work with Pharrell. So some local street niggas, whatever, from down there is trying to book Jay. They like, yo, Pharrell, tell Jay, like they friends of Pharrell. They like, yo, tell Jay we got 190,000. Like we trying to book the nigga to do XYZ, whatever. So Pharrell is like having all this anxiety about even saying something. He's like, man, this nigga gonna be on some bullshit. Like, fuck. Like meanwhile, he's coming there to work with him for a week. So he's like, you local, you're gonna be here. Just come get the money. He called Jay. Jay said, yeah, P, I love you to death, man, but I don't get out of my bed for less than 250,000. So, tell your people they got to get some more money and call me back. This was in 98, 99. This nigga's getting 250 to show up somewhere. Turned down 190. So imagine how rich he was then and then how rich he is now.
I mean, it's not wild. Like the Ford give Rock 17 M's. It's not shocking. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Jay-Z is probably Mount Rushmore of like black folk allure life over the last 25 years. Like Jay is essentially what the Rat Pack niggas was to like the 70s,
Absolutely.
the 60s. It's like he's Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. He's that type of like where like is Frank Sinatra in the mob? He hangs out with the mob. I mean, he could be. And then you hear the stories of like Jay and Meech with the Maybachs and all. Yeah. And it's just like, Jay not into this, but he into this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of who he is.
Yeah.
And he's that for this generation. Like it's him. I want to say Jay Prince, not to these younger folks, but he was that for the previous generation where it's just like, this boy's rich as fuck and he don't really do anything. How does this...
How do these two things happen where you do nothing but you rich as fuck?
And Jay, the thing with Jay is Jay made a lot of money from music and he made a lot of money in music and around it. But to see, like, Jay and Beyonce have like $180 million house.
Yes.
One house. One house. They have 180. It's in
Beverly Hills.
Not Beverly Hills. It's not Angora. Homely Hills.
Homely Hills.
Yeah, it's Beverly, Angora, and then Homely. Their joint is in Homely Hills. It's just like, they got $180 million estate. Motherfuckers from rap don't have that.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, Jay has every amount of money that they say he has and probably more than that.
At the rate at which... If Young Money would have been able to sustain it, Lil Wayne and Drake, Drake's this year is going to be after the tour and the double album. Yeah, he's going to be upwards of a bean. It's like he's making a lot of money, but Weezy was supposed to like make that and then some. You know what I mean?
Bad deal.
Terrible deal. Terrible
deal. Imagine you bring through, like, all right. So first of all, you are the biggest rapper of your generation.
Right.
Then somehow by happenstance,
you bring through
the biggest woman ever. And then you bring through the biggest male artist that's bigger than you ever, right behind you at the same time.
Right.
And you don't get shit for it.
Right.
You get nothing. You get legal trouble. You get fucking stress. You sitting in jail. Birdman blowing through the fucking budget on Drake's first album.
Right.
Like, you come home.
You in that shit with 4 dreads.
Like,
damn.
You get bled out of the music industry for 8 years. Just bled out.
I do think, however, though, it is kind of like phenomenal that they said the other day Carter 5 is on his way to a triple platinum certification.
Of course it is.
I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, Wayne in 2018 is like about to have a 2018-19.
He should have put another album out at the top of the year. Yeah. Should have came right back with another album. Like it's like you look at somebody like Wayne supposed to be worth 500 M's.
Yeah.
Like it's not even supposed to be nothing to talk about.
It's not me gassing it because I'm a Wayne fan. No,
because everybody all right, Puff has had one super mega big artist, and then he had a few other big
who's
artists.
the super mega big one?
Biggie.
I thought you were talking about himself.
No. Well,
because Puff was selling more than all.
Two.
Yeah.
But it wasn't sustained
Right.
over a long period of time.
Yeah, I give you that.
So you take him and you take Big. Wayne has had him, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga. Biggest shit was over there.
Yeah.
It's like the Young Money albums was going platinum.
Yeah.
His tours are top 10 biggest tours of all time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why don't you have 500 M's? Because you're in a bad fucking deal. And you got front loaded so much money, then when it was time to pay you the equity piece, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
Wayne's last deal with Cash Money was a 4-album, $140 million deal. He got 70 up front because Baby and Slim can only operate from advance to advance. Right. So when Universal paid them, it's love, Playboy. Everybody.
Here you go, Playboy.
Playboy. Rolls Royces for everybody, Playboy.
Here you go. I just bought my nephew something.
Everybody. Bust down Rolexes, Jumbo Pateks.
You ever seen that video? He was like, the new Bentleys just came out. This is my everyday whip. I bought my son one. I bought my nephew Mac something. I bought everybody.
When the advance is in.
Yeah.
But at the end, when the advance then dried up, it ain't going to be so sweet for you. Yeah. So it's like, what money? Like, what about the 70 I gave you? Yeah, but you owe me 70 more. Oh, shit, I do owe you 70 more. Yeah. Good luck.
Drake advance coming. Just wait on it.
So it's like they literally, they doing nigga business on 100 M's, 100 M advances. Like
Death Row shit.
Death Row shit. And they got an 85-15 split. Where the fuck is all the money at?
Yeah. Birdman buying Lauder Jets. It was just where the shit went. Birdman bought a $1.5 million watch. Remember that big ass, icy ass, fucking stupid ass watch he bought? Then the next video he posted was with Khaled. Yeah, this the Lauder Jack Maybach. Only 3 of these in the world, Playboy. It's one in Dubai, it's one in Paris, and this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it over here. Rich gang, YMC and B lifestyle, Playboy.
2 Bugattis.
Yeah. Real shit. He bought Scott Storch Mansion.
Then defaulted on this shit.
Like, just doing stupid shit.
Just doing, like, literally just fucking up the budget to live up to the Cash Money millionaires ethos. And you just fucked off all this money. Like, Baby should be a billionaire. Baby and Slim should be billionaires, and Wayne should be worth 500 M's, and Drake should be worth 350 right now.
Drake's eyeing it.
Drake definitely eyeing it.
Drake's eyeing it.
But it could have, like, if they didn't fuck the business up, it was more than enough money in there for everybody. Their market share alone to what they add to Universal fucking Republic is enough for them to bonus out every year. Because people don't be knowing these deals be structured a certain way, but it be bonuses based on market share and how many units get moved and all that shit. It be other monies that be in these deals. And I know Wayne and Drake ain't never seen none of them performance bonuses.
Yeah. They got Wayne at 120 and Drake right now at 140. And it's like, that's kind of nuts.
That's crazy. Because you had a 10-year head start.
Yeah. It's nuts. With like, let's just keep it a bean. Wayne's success was DMX, 50, Kanye, Drake, and Wayne. Those are the 5 that I can think in modern history. Outside of Snoop. Because Snoop was something else. But those are the 5 that, like, when they hit, they controlled it. Like, 50 was able to do whatever. Kanye was like, oh, no, I'm fucking with Common. They like, Common? They've been out for like 15 years? They're like, no, Common. And Common won Grammys, and like, he was able to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Wayne, Drake, and maybe T.I. You know what I'm saying? He had a
hell of a run.
He had a stretch where he was really, really crushing it. But to see Wayne at the end of his stretch where it's like, yo, you, Drake, and Nicki Minaj alone have 450 Billboard Hot 100 hits. That's motherfucking out of control.
And who knows how many #1 albums like between the crew.
Like, Wayne literally got to the point where it was like, I remember that vibe, John, where it was like the 77 best Lil Wayne features of
2007
this year.
Yeah.
And it's just like you were literally the hottest motherfucking thing on a
Yeah,
planet.
you were a lightning rod. We never seen nothing like that.
You look at like him with the Samsung deals and
Yeah.
just you were that. You literally took over Earth. So at the end of all of that shit, yeah, Wayne should have had 4 at least. At least 400.
Everybody else who's had that level of success is a billionaire. Puff, Jay, like everybody else who's had that level of success is a billionaire.
Dr. Dre.
Like all of them. Like
Even Snoop. Snoop's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Snoop put up 30, 40 M's every year, like clockwork.
Like it's nothing.
You don't even see Snoop.
Yeah.
And he on Forbes every year, like clockwork.
Snoop got a Drake dad mustache now. Just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Snoop got a fucking media compound in Los Angeles where he does television production, video production, shit for cable, shit for Vice, music studio, like sound stage, like the whole everything. And
The Joker's wild.
Yeah,
That TNT show.
And he owns that shit. He own it, free and clear. Nick Cannon has some similar shit. Something I was just watching, Nick Cannon just did another round of Vlad interviews, and he was talking about him giving up that money from America's Got Talent, going back to like the Kaepernick point, where it's like, who's really willing to like fall on the sword and like die for what they believe in financially? And Nick left America's Got Talent because they was trying to regulate him about the turbans and him being outspoken and this and that. And he left and rebuilt his shit. And he said that he made 5 times more money the year that he left AGT because his mentality was, I gotta hustle. So he went and did the Wildin' Out tour. He reinvigorated Wildin' Out, did the Wildin' Out tour, was doing fucking comedy, was doing fucking movie production and this, that, and the third. And now he has the #1 show on all of television, The Masked Singer, which he's the host and a producer of.
Right.
So it just goes to show, it's like, yo, when you really believe in what you saying and you willing to stand for something, that should have come back to you.
Yeah.
If you willing to put the work in. A lot of times people just want to just take what's right in front of them and like, all right, well.
But that's how these bad deals pop off.
Exactly.
And it's like you're coming from a place of essentially despair, like hopelessness.
Yeah.
You know, like let's just keep it like none of these. Everybody that tell you that they was rich before rap, they wasn't rich.
No.
They just weren't. You know what I mean? Like Jeezy, Jay-Z, all of these guys, they had some money, but they weren't what they were.
Yeah.
They weren't out buying Bugattis and flying private jets and none of this
It's
shit.
a different level.
Really, this shit did not pop off till they were in the music industry or whatever the fuck entertainment field they were doing. So it's like, you know, you come into the joint, you like, yo, like, you think about how crazy this was. You know how much, what the fuck is Dominic Toretto? It's fucking crazy that that's like what I think his name is now. From Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel.
Dominic Toretto.
On the first Fast and the Furious, you know how much they paid him?
Probably like an M.
2.5 mil for the first Fast and the Furious. Fast 6, the 6th one, he took a back-end deal off of the box office cut. Made $57 million from that movie alone. That was the only thing he did that year.
Yeah, that's the Tom Cruise shit. That with the Mission Impossible shit. Tom Cruise fucking taking in 80
And
M's
it's like
and all that
you
shit.
look at shit like that. The first movie comes out, it's a fucking box office smash, makes $280 million.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is something big. But then he was large, and Vin Diesel straight was like, yeah, I'm gonna need more than 2.5 for the second one. They was like, we're gonna go with Tyrese. And he like, oh really? All right, cool, go ahead do that. The second shit was even a hit though.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, like the second Joan made 200 and it made 200 mil.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit, we don't really need Vin. All right, cool. Then the third one was the white boy and Bow Wow. It's like, all right, we scraping the bottom of the barrel now. With this one. Like we playing games.
We got the razor on the plate now. Get all that shit.
Get all that out there. And the Tokyo Drift John it still was a success.
Yeah.
And then Fast 4 was huge. And then they was like, yo, yeah, we're gonna have to get Vin and them back because we got an opportunity to like really take this shit to the next level because we're talking about bringing The Rock in. Vin comes back, they bring The Rock in, Fast 5 drops, the shit did 600 mil. it's like, oh shit. And Vin on the tip, like, yo, I'm the lead of this motherfucking thing. Like, I can't do this for $3 million. In fact, we making so much money now off of the box office. I'm gonna need splits. I'm gonna need a cut off of the money made from the fucking movie coming out. Because y'all could easily give me $20 million up front. That was like,
and I'm gonna underpay myself.
In like acting, once you got the $20 million a movie,
that was the magic number.
That was like the thing. Chris Tucker, Jim Carrey, Will Smith, Denzel's like, oh, you made $20 million. Jesus Christ, you killing it. But it's like, yo, this is when movies like to have like a crazy box office hit was to do $250 million, $300 million. But with the Marvel and the what's the other one? The DC and all. Once this shit started happening and the Batmans and every fucking thing else, now you got movies doing a bill like it ain't shit. It's like, dog, if you Christian Bale or motherfucking God rest his soul, Heath Ledger, that fucking $10 million ain't shit when this movie making $1.3 billion. Right. So Vin like, no, we gonna restructure every motherfucking movie and I'm gonna get a cut off of the joint. Fast 6 comes out. $830 million. Vin Diesel makes $62 million off of the shit. Yeah. Fast 7 comes out. Paul Walker dies. God rest his soul. The movie did $1 billion. They said Vin made close to like 80 off that shit. It's like, and they were saying on the joint, he's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. He does one movie every year and a half.
That's all I need.
I got fucking.
When we shooting again?
What I'm gonna show up in fucking Super Troopers 3? Y'all tripping. And think about what I said. I called him Dominic Toretto. Yeah. That's his name now.
That's who you
can't
are.
Get away from this shit.
You don't need to do shit else.
This is it. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Omari is gonna be Ghost for the rest of his life. You gotta eat that one now. It's the way it goes. So it's like if you're gonna be set like Alan in the Hangovers. Yeah. Like we need a lot of money for this because these movies aren't normal. Yeah. Hangover 1 came out, it did $480 million. For a live action comedy, that's not normal.
Where the budget was probably like 15.
People don't even dig this. The second one, Hangover 2, it did 520, 560, whatever. I think it was I think it finished at like 586. It's the highest grossing live action comedy ever. You know what's number 2?
Hangover 1.
Home Alone.
Oh shit!
Like that's just how wild it is.
You got a 20-year gap in between.
You don't realize live action comedy movies are shit like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Superbad, Home Alone, fucking. They're not. Those aren't crazy money makers.
Yeah, they don't break the bank.
They don't because it's not special effects. None of the crazy shit blowing up. Nothing. It's not Mission Impossible.
And it's usually more mature content, so you alienate part of the audience.
Right. You figure Fast and Furious, they're literally driving a car from this skyscraper to that. It's just nut shit. So it's like the budget is huge. The budget for Fast 7 was $250 million.
Yeah.
So if the budget $250 million, we can't make $290.
Right.
We're purposely going out to make a bill. So it's like. So it's like, you look at a movie like Hangover and Hangover 2 making this much money. By the time Alan shows back up for Hangover 3, Alan got $25 million for that motherfucker. Like, dog, I can't. I'm not trying to, because I don't want to say he's the only reason because it's characters who, you know, Stu and Doug and all of them, but like, Alan is the comedic carry of that franchise. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look at Taken. The franchise, ass as it is, the franchise has made fucking $400-some million. So Liam Neeson show up and like, yes, I know I'm 192, but I need a lot of money to come do this shit. So yeah, I respect anybody getting out of a deal, and I fuck with Jay for getting Uzi out of the deal.
And the thing is, people don't be realizing it's like you could be making a lot of money and still be grossly underpaid for what your value is because you just didn't negotiate. A motherfucker could be making $10 million. But not realizing like, nah, you should be getting 32. You know what I mean? And that spread is the difference between creating generational wealth and not. Because it only takes you 2 pay periods to adjust to making 10 M's. Next thing you know, you flying every bitch private. You tricking budget through the roof. You done bought every host some Chanel sneaks. And you look up and you like at the end of the year and you like, fuck, where's my money?
Lil Baby posted a picture on his IG, maybe a month and a half ago, he posted a picture of him from like a couple years ago where he had like this fucked up white tee on and shit, no jewelry, and he's just like, yeah, things change fast. I ain't seen Lil Baby without 2 watches. And I don't know, this nigga wear 2 watches every, like, I ain't seen him without 2 in a couple years. And it's like that, You can literally go from no watch to just the new Patek. All right, yeah, give me 2 of them. They're like, oh, you want a gift wrap for somebody? No,
I'm putting them on.
I'm wearing both of those out there.
Both of these
like,
on.
yeah, like you get that.
Like Birdman in '98 with the 2 watches.
You know how they play, boy? We in Magnolia Project. Like, yeah, real shit. People don't dig that. Like, even in our lives, you go from you have a job where you make $14 an hour and you live off of that. You get to work, you eat, you take care of your child. Yep. You haul off and land a job where you make $30 an hour. It's literally double the income. 2 months later, you putting your name on the overtime sheet. You're like, hey, I need some OT real quick. Because now you got a $30 an hour lifestyle. You done got this new car. You done moved into a new fucking place. Yep. You know, now your refrigerator ain't white no more. You
paying your mama bills.
Yeah, you live in a whole, you buying sneakers and shit.
It take 2 pay periods. I've been there. Like,
that's it.
I remember when I first started working for Enterprise, I signed up, I'm making $32,000 a year in the management training program. At Enterprise, they pay you in advance. So meaning my first check after working 4 days, I got a check for 2 weeks, nigga. I got a check for $1,800. I'm like, oh shit, it's lit. So the first month, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm doing good. I'm catching up on whatever my little bullshit college bills is and this and that. Next thing you know, I'm like, I need to make more money. Like, I need to work more overtime. Like, you adjust to that money fast as shit. And I'm living with my mom, so I don't even have the overhead of rent. And I'm shopping every day.
Close friends of the show, nigga had a SRT car, was working here, had a nice little job down south, was doing his thing. Wound up in a new whole situation, had a SRT truck, a fucking M6. I'm like, you don't want to take it easy for this? That shit is real. Like, you make $2 million in a year, you gonna have a $2 million lifestyle. If you haul off and make $10 million the next year, you have a $10 million lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
because who the fuck want to make $10 million and be around a bunch of motherfuckers that make $42,000? You are now food, either food or you become the industry for which everyone to try to siphon money off. Mm-hmm. You can't spend your time like that. Like Lil Baby got a solid team of people around him, from Coach to P to the people that he associate with his main crew that he run with. It's like a handful of guys, whatever like that. But imagine if he was literally still hanging in whatever neighborhood in Atlanta that he's fucking from, around all these Crips and all that shit. You gonna be the sponsor.
Yeah.
Just by attrition, just by being around. Motherfucker gonna need 500. Motherfucker gonna need 1,000. That shit add up. Yeah, you making 6-8 M's a year, but when you gotta pay your motherfucking taxes, take care of your baby mom, take care of your mom, your aunts, your sisters, whatever like that, you ain't making that much money.
LeBron's show on HBO, the shop.
The shop.
They had an actual pretty interesting talk on their episode about this that we're talking about right now. So he had Jared Carmichael, 2 Chainz, Meek. Who else was in that room?
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Was Jamie Foxx on that one?
Yeah. Jamie
Foxx was in there. It's somebody
AD.
else. Anthony Davis.
Mav was there.
And they were, and LeBron and Rich Paul.
Yeah.
And not Rich Paul. The friend. The one who does the show with him.
Maverick Carter.
Maverick Carter. Maverick, you said Mav. Yeah, fuck am I talking about? Because I was so ready to say Rich Paul and I threw it other. But yeah, Maverick Carter. And they were discussing basically going from nothing to everything in people's eyes, and where your loyalty should lie as far as taking care of people, remembering the promises you made, is that a third. And I saw a lot of backlash on the stuff that they were saying on there, and I know I think differently. I'm like, you haul off and blow up tomorrow, I'm not gonna come to you and be like, yo, you know, you gonna do this? You gonna? Right. That's just not me.
But because of who I am, I feel like you know that I'm gonna come to you and be like, nigga, it's lit.
Yeah, you know I want the blue one. Like I know that,
nigga, it's lit. Like,
but I'm not. I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, chill. Like, ain't gonna act too crazy. But you know, because I'm the same way, and I'm like that with like everybody that's close to me and shit. So it's like I understood what they were saying, where it's like, yo, I haul off and go to the league, or I haul off and get my rap deal, or Jared Carmichael hauls off and get a residency at this place. You know, okay, I made $11 million this year. you got to already figure half of that is gone. Like, so I
Yeah.
really made 5.5, right?
Yeah. If you got a good accountant, you made 7.5.
Right. I got to get myself right. I got to be mentally in a good spot or space.
Yeah.
So I got to move, do whatever I want. It's going to have me feeling like the fruits of my labor are worth what I'm doing this shit for.
And feeling secure to where you ain't got to be looking over your shoulder because you worried about a motherfucker climbing through your window.
Most people have parents, unless you were, hatched out of an egg or came from under a rock. You
Or
have
raised by
parents.
wolves.
Yeah, or by wolves. You have human parents. And for the most part, unless you're Bill Laimbeer, your parents, Bill Laimbeer, when he came in the NBA, his dad was like the fucking CEO of like a big conglomerate. And so you ever hear the story about it? His first NBA checks he was getting, his dad was like, "Well, you stop that nonsense and come work at the company." Like, cut that shit out and come over here. Like, because he was like, his dad made that much money. So, and it's funny because Isaiah Thomas, when he got his big contract from Detroit, I'm buying my mom a house because we from Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm buying my mom a house in the suburbs of, where's the palace at?
Auburn Hills.
Auburn Hills. They're buying he was going to buy his mama a house in the suburbs of Auburn Hills, which is right outside of Detroit. It's like a real ritzy neighborhood.
Yeah.
The house that he bought his mom, it's across the street from the house Bill Laimbeer grew up in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Bill Laimbeer is like, yeah, Isaiah's mom is my parents' neighbor and shit. You know what I'm saying now? And it's like, that's how different the life is. So it's like most people who are coming to the NBA and coming into the music industry, that isn't your situation.
For sure.
So you Isaiah Thomas, you buying your mom, your dad a property, your dad whatever you want, whatever. Then you got brothers and sisters. Your family, who you might not even really talk to, they're coming out the woodwork.
They gonna find you. You ain't gotta look for them. They gonna find you, baby.
I need a new gallbladder. I need new shoulders. Everything is fucked up.
Need some
over here.
Viagra. Dick don't work.
Everything's fucked up over here. And that's like, I need help. You got to handle that. So it's like, then you get to your homies, your friends and shit. How many people would you say, and this is just how life works, right? When you were 17, how many friends did you have?
Like a good 10 that I talk to like frequently.
And when you were 17?
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
Probably about the same.
See, I'm like different. Like when you're 17, you're just in so much shit. 18, 19, you just everywhere. You meeting people, doing the most. You got a crew at school, you got a crew up at college,
right.
You got a crew at your job, you got to send a third. I'm literally at the point, I'm 34 now. I got like 4 fucking friends. Like, and that's how life works.
Yeah.
So it's like the people I was cool with at 17 and 18, I don't even know where the half of these motherfuckers are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I haul off and come into 60 M's. Motherfuckers like, yeah, whoa, what's up with you? Ain't seen you in 17 years. What's up? That's motherfuckers start coming from everywhere. And that's more so what Jared with Carmichael was like, yo, when I was fucked up and when I, came out of high school and I was like, kicking it with you every day. And it was like, yeah, man, when I blow up, I'm buying everybody a Lexus. It's like, y'all can't all expect the Lexus, like, once I blow. And that, like, people got mad, like, damn, like, look at these black men turning their back on the black families and communities. Black women been holding it down for years. And I'm just like, this ain't what they was talking about. It's more so of, like Meek was saying, I literally go from a situation where motherfuckers, we live our lives. You work, I do what I do, whatever. Yeah. But now you're in a position where you can't function without me. That Broke documentary, the 30 for 30, yes, they spoke heavy on that on there. Like Bernie Kosar was like, you go from literally nobody bothering you about shit to you wake up, you got 18 missed voicemails from everybody in your life. Hey, what we doing today? What you doing today? You want to do this? You want to go? Yeah. Like they can't function without you around them.
Yeah, you the center of their universe.
And it's like, as much as I want certain things, I don't want to be put in that position where it's like I'm the rich person and no one else is rich.
Yeah.
Because like you said, now I don't feel like I'm going to be fooled because, I got a 45. Like, but don't bother me. But it's like,
But who even wants to deal with that?
I don't want to have to deal.
Exactly.
I just I like being not bothered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
my goal was always to get the money first, and just all of the sideline shit that come along with it. I try to sidestep it. Like, I do big celebrity events. Like, I've branded, myself as somebody that does big celebrity events in this city and in others. And now it's to a point where it's like, I don't care to like put me out there because I just want to get quiet money. Like, and it would seem counterproductive to what I'm doing because I probably could do a lot more if I would just like step out more, but I don't want the attention. Like, I like having like a private life. I don't want Philly Scoop Hall talking about me, or a bigger level. I don't want TMZ talking about me because I'm dating some R&B singer. It was like, I don't crave that shit at all. Like, I don't want nobody to know nothing about me that I don't tell them.
Yeah. I already know if I like haul off and like win this main event and be the first black person to win the main event, the shit's gonna come, and I'm gonna be Kanye status. I'm chasing paparazzi. I already know. Like, there's no way on earth I could put up with that shit. I know me for a fucking fact.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth that I can just like deal with that and having to worry about who's watching me and cameras and me at the gas station, and no way on earth I could deal with that shit. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Real quick before we change gears, we just need to have a quick word from our sponsor. Special shout out to Rothy's.com. For those of you that don't know, Rothy's sponsors the show. We have a year-long partnership with them. Rothy's is a new innovative shoe company that makes shoes for women that are basically made out of recycled water bottles, and they literally like donate proceeds of the money for every sale go to charity and things like that. And they've been a big proponent of the show and sponsoring us. Go to Rothy's.com, use code TRPE for free shipping on your order. And when you go to the site, they got a bunch of different products. You can pretty much customize your order to where it's like you can get a colored insole, or you can get an insole that matches like the pattern on the shoes. They sent Matt a free pair for his girl, sent me a free pair for a friend of mine. I know my friend, loves the shoes.
I was about to say, Lee, she's enamored with them.
When Lee was here a couple weeks ago, she's like, I got to get another pair of them Rothys.
Yeah. She's enamored with them fucking things.
Yeah, so make sure y'all go to Rothys.com. All the ladies that listen to the show, y'all like our biggest supporters, hands down. So make sure y'all go to Rothys.com. Y'all order your shoes, promo code TRPE to get free shipping on your order.
Yeah. The what else popped this week?
Oh man, gay Tupac, baby.
Oh yeah, Justin.
Not guilty.
Yeah. Tupac back.
Tupac Mike. Yeah, Jussie, the Chicago Justice Department decided to drop all the charges against him. He had 16 felonies.
Was it that many? God damn.
He had 16 felonies lined up against him.
Yo, Jussie was fucking wild.
Also this week, his lawyer got indicted for trying to extort Nike.
16 fucking felonies. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
In a separate case, his lawyer got indicted for trying to extort Nike from some other fucking, some...
Who's his lawyer?
I don't even know who the lawyer is, but they was talking about that also. So
how do you think he can pull that off? It's Nike.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's like, imagine trying to strong arm Google.
Yeah.
Like... You send in cryptic emails. Hey man, show up with the 500,000 in cash, $20 bills in a Louis duffel bag. I like Louis duffel bags. Like, can you imagine? So his lawyer's been arrested and disbarred temporarily, pending the findings of him trying to extort Nike. And in the same time, they basically deemed that while we do have enough evidence to pursue, it's going to be so hard to prove that your dumbass did what we know your dumbass did, that we're not even going to pursue it. But he had to forfeit his bail, and that's what a lot of people are not talking about. So the forfeiture of bail is basically it's quid pro quo. It's a trade off. It's like, listen, you did some nut shit. We're pretty sure about the nut shit that you did because your accomplices told on you.
Right.
But we don't want to have it to where this spectacle overrides the fact that people are dying like hotcakes in the city of Chicago and put all this emphasis into some high profile trial the same way with this R. Kelly shit. So we're going to let your dumb ass go, but we're going to keep your bail money and we never want to see you again. Pretty much. It's kind of like
how much was his bail money?
I think it was like 100.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had 16 felony counts, whatever it was. I think it was like $1 million in bail to put up like 100,000 cash or whatever like that. So they made him forfeit his bail in exchange for them dropping the charges.
Man.
So now all of a sudden Empire is tweeting heavy on Twitter. Yeah, Empire this week. Like
That's crazy.
a whole shit show.
16 felonies. Jussie was bugging.
Like what?
I saw the chief, the chief of police or the commissioner or whatever. He
black
got
guy.
he got right on the news. This some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Justice was not served. We on some nut shit today. He was pissed. But I guess it's over.
Yeah.
It's just fucking
a wrap.
over. It's a Rizap.
It's a wrap.
Because I just knew he was going down.
I was waiting on it.
I wasn't waiting on
I'm like, look at this dummy.
because it at the end of the day, you're a black man and shit.
My thing is sometimes I didn't want him to go to jail, but as far as like sometimes people need to get Charlamagne said people need to get the credit they deserve for being stupid.
Yeah, I get
like,
that.
and you need to be like at least like stop being a dickhead. Like, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody like one of my homies, my man Cure, he's a big supporter of the show, but he always be he's like a leftist, like he's fucking Republicans, what, right wing?
Left wing, right?
Republicans right wing.
Right wing. All right, so
One
he's
of them wings.
He's a young black guy. He like 28, 29 years old, but he's like strong proponent of like Republican policy. He like a Trump supporter and shit like that. And he always like he's like a glass half like empty kind of guy. So he's like, yeah, what are the chances that Jussie Smollett makes this whole big ass deal about fucking lynching, and Kamala Harris has like an anti-lynching campaign, and then you see them in a picture together with some shit like that, and I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of like look crazy. So it was like it was an agenda behind it, and it might be higher forces at work, but for whatever reason, he got out of that shit.
Are you fucking with her, Kamala Harris?
Nah, I'm cool.
Or what about the other guy, Sean? I think his name is it Sean? What's the black guy?
Corey,
the
former mayor of Newark.
What's his name?
He was the mayor of Newark.
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker.
I ain't really fucking with none of like.
I just know they black and people are talking about they gonna run for president. I don't understand. I don't know.
The one dynamic candidate that I saw was on the Breakfast Club. The Asian guy, I forget his name.
Yang.
Yeah. He was talking the right kind of shit.
What's her name sent it to me, Elise, and I watched it and I was just like, yeah. I mean, it's me personally. I'd prefer The Rock or 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? After Trump being president, it's like I'd rather president just be somebody I fuck with. Like
Vlad was talking about is Kim Kardashian setting up like with all her social justice reform? Is she setting up a presidential run?
I mean, I don't necessarily need her as the president, but I could definitely go for like Tierra Whack. I like her. Yeah, and I'm really like, I'm not even being funny. Like I'm at the point like once Trump I don't even look at the presidency the way I used to.
You can't.
To where it's like you got to be a Rhodes Scholar or Ivy League graduate or some type of fucking humanitarian. It's just like, you don't like to me. 50 million people voted for Trump. 50 million people that was like, I just like the way he talks. Yeah. I like the way he does it. I like the way he did the "you're fired." You know, like people. So it's just like, yo, I like the people's eyebrow and the people's elbow. That shit was lit.
Right.
Like, make The Rock the president. That's really like
the crazy thing about like it's 2019, so basically we're gearing towards 2020. There's going to be this whole big push with everybody running for president and all that. And the Democrats still don't fucking get it and still haven't been able to produce a dynamic candidate like an Obama, like a Trump, like a Trump that's going to be able to challenge this person. It's like very rarely in the history of presidency do presidents not repeat. You literally have to be the most horrible president ever to not repeat. George W. Bush, as much as they hated him and his approval ratings and this and that, he won the presidency twice.
Well, they threw a lot of those ballots in the water on the second one.
Hey, so what the fuck do you think the Trump administration going to do?
Just saying.
So with that being said, you have to produce a candidate that's going to a clear win. That's going to produce a clear win in your favor and sway back all those young voters that just looked at the election and was like, nah, I'm not going to vote.
2 Chainz.
Somebody, anybody over.
Pick a name out of a hat at this point.
My thing is, it's like when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You need something to combat the fact that the NWO now has Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Nothing normal is going to, it's not Harlem Heat isn't going to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to take that.
It's not Diamond
down.
Dallas Page and Greg the Hammer Valentine.
No, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So you know what had to happen? They had to go dig Sting up. Sting was dead. Sting was getting drunk at the beach every day. Like blonde hair. Sting was done. They gave Sting a bat and a fucking bungee cord. I was like, you gonna be it. And that's really how this shit has to be. Like, the Heat, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. We took it from Boston and we got it now. It's us. We need to assemble something that can get LeBron out of here. We got Steph Curry. We got Clay. Draft Draymond. Damn, LeBron still won. All right, put KD on this motherfucker. Yeah. It's like that. Y'all literally have to get to the point for the Democratic Party where it's like, you're going to need something to be able to battle Trump. Yeah. Trump and all of his foolishness woke up. I'm talking about people who legit were eating mayonnaise for lunch. They went out and voted for Trump. Yep. 50 million. Think about this for a quick second. Trump had 50 million votes. Hillary had 50 million and 50.2 or some shit like that because she won the popular vote, right? 50 million for each of them. It's 270 million people in this country. Like, a boatload of them just didn't go.
Just don't give a fuck. They just
I ain't going down there.
Apoplectic. Like, nope, I ain't with this.
I remember when going to vote for Obama. I swear to God, I'm not even being funny, dog. You ever watch that video where the boy come in the barbershop dancing? Yeah. That's how it was going to vote for. Like, everybody was there. It was lit. When I went to the school, I'm like, yo, is today the election? She like, yeah, come on in. Like, it was nobody in this. Like, it was nobody there. And it was just,
you could have texted your vote.
I remember saying that shit when I got in there. I just was like, yeah, Hillary not winning this. Like, we in Philly and it ain't no, like, nah.
Once she lost Pennsylvania, I was like, it's over.
I know, she not.
I was like, Obama won PA in a landslide both times. Yeah. I'm like, so you lose PA with all these progressive people that are concentrated in the southeastern part of the state, Philadelphia and all the surrounding areas. Like, it's not like you relying upon like the steel town and all that shit. All you got to do is win the southeast and you win this fucking state. Right. She couldn't do it. So it's like, yo, y'all still don't get it. And it's like the Democratic Party doesn't realize that it's like, yo, if you're not getting better, you're automatically getting worse. Yeah. So when you're trotting out these same regular ass candidates year after year after year, you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, why wasn't somebody immediately being groomed behind Obama in that same vein, young, good-looking, progressive? Like, where was that candidate? Y'all can't identify nobody out of all your senators, congressmen, aldermen. Nobody in the whole party meets the mark.
I mean, honestly, the presidency now is more so a popularity contest. Yeah. So I think right there, like, the fact that the Republican Party didn't look at their senators, didn't look at their congressmen, didn't look at their aldermen, nothing. They just was like, yo, who popping and fuck with the shit we be talking about?
Talk a lot of shit. Who could talk the best shit?
Trump has never been a motherfucking block captain. You know what I'm saying? He won the presidency, though. And it's like the Democratic Party is still like, okay, well, let's look at our senators. We got this person, we got this person, we got this. And it's just like, yo, hit 2 Chainz. Like, you legit gotta holler at somebody who is charismatic, has personality, and people like. Yeah. That's really it. And is willing to be like, man, fuck y'all over there. Because that's the tip Trump been on. Yeah. Man, fuck y'all. What are y'all talking about? Well, Mr. Trump, we have right here the reports that fake news. Like, everything that's against him is fake.
This week, right? They put the report out or whatever, and they was like, you know, while we cannot conclude that Mr. Trump committed a crime, we cannot say that he's not guilty of any wrongdoing. And then he goes right on Twitter, it's like total exoneration. Yeah. Total and utter exoneration.
Yo.
This is they in their statement it said this is not a complete exoneration of any type of guilt, but we conclude he did not commit a crime. Total exoneration.
Dog, did you watch the Trump Dynasty, Joe? Remember when they settled the discrimination at the Trump Village? Yeah. He went right out there, was like, feels great that we won this today. And they like, you didn't win. We like I said, we won. And he did. He took the settlement, paid him off. Was like, feels great.
It's the white cat again. Like, bro.
It's like, yo, you can put the lie together good enough, that shit is good enough. And that is real. And it's like you have to be able to battle with someone like that. So I've seen the Kamala Harris. I've seen the Cory Booker. I've seen niggas taking pictures with him trying to, look. And it's just like, I get it. And I'd like to see, but I just don't think either one. I don't think them combined, like on some 2 versus 1 match type shit, is be able
Celebrity deathmatch.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to take not Trump and 50 million. I just don't see it.
Nah.
And now we've gotten to where it's like, you got, what's the little black chick? Owens.
Candace Owens.
You got Candace Owens supporting Trump. Fucking Kanye West supporting. You got like all of that shit going on with it. Like, I just don't see how the Democratic Party gets somebody that, unless they really go after a straight celebrity, to take him down.
And they like damn near so late in the game now. It's fucking about to be April.
Like, it would have to be like Mark Cuban.
Right.
Like, I'm not even being funny.
Real shit.
Like, it would have to be somebody who's like liked and viewed, or what's his name on Instagram with all the chicks and traveling?
Dan Bilzerian.
Dan Bilzerian. Like, it would have to be somebody like that. Real shit. Like, it just, how do you match the power that Trump has shown off and flexed? I've never seen I've never seen anyone in any type of official, I don't even know what you call it, just act the way he acts and do what he does.
In office.
Do whatever the fuck he wants.
In office, and just any office. Like, the fucking librarian can't fucking talk as crazy as him. So, I don't know how we beat it, but how do we get there? We were talking about Jussie and all of his foolishness.
Just went down a rabbit hole.
Like we always do. You wanted to talk about LeBron.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about with
So
LeBron?
there has been talk. We've been chronicling. We're both Laker fans. We've been chronicling the whole shit with with the Lakers missing the playoffs and all of that shit, and LeBron's social media antics, and the fact that he was supposed to be going 0 dark 30, but still on online dancing in 2 Chainz and shit like that. And there has now been like a talk of, should the Lakers trade LeBron? Like, that's become a thing, like, in the last week, if the Lakers should trade LeBron. And I'm just like, this is the stupidest conversation I ever heard in my life. Like, why is this even a thing? And it kind of reminds me back to the amnesty Kobe movement. Remember that? I think Mark Cuban was the first one that was like, the Lakers should amnesty Kobe. And looking back, Mark Cuban was correct.
Yeah.
But this is not one of those situations, because even in a down year, LeBron is not the problem. He's averaging 28, 7, and 7, and he's just surrounded by a cast of guys that just can't get it together.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Me and Taylor were having this exact conversation before you got here. You know what I mean? Before LeBron got injured and Lonzo got injured, the Lakers were 4th in the West.
In December.
They were 4th in the West. They were 3.5 games out of first place in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball hurt his ankle, out for 6 weeks. LeBron pops his groin. Realistically, the medical lady he was working with, the sports trainer, she said he should have been out for 6 months. She said LeBron should have chalked the entire season after the groin injury.
Yeah.
But he was just so amped and wanting to get, it's LeBron. Like, she was like, he wanted to get back, so he came back. Brandon Ingram got hurt. Lance Stevenson got hurt. Kuzma got hurt.
Lonzo's been hurt.
Rondo fucking Lonzo had to cover up the Triple B tattoos. I can't wear these shit no more. Like, we tried, this shit don't work. I can't wear. I'm getting some joints. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Everybody on the staff got hurt. And like Kobe said, once you have a situation where your leader and all the surrounding people get hurt back and forth, y'all fall out of sync.
Yeah.
And y'all hit a rough spot where there is no groove, there is no chemistry. And it showed. But before that happened, y'all were having a relatively good season.
Absolutely.
All the way up until December. LeBron, typical LeBron, this year, he's shooting better than he shot in a lot of years. He scored more points. He passed Jordan for what, is he 4th now all time in scoring? LeBron had a standard LeBron James year. 28 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and he did it on 53% shooting, which is better than his career average of 51.
Right.
It's a good LeBron year. So LeBron is not the issue. But LeBron came to a new organization where Things have to get acclimated. And honestly, up until the injuries, like I just stated, they were 3.5 games out of first place in the West. And I'm not talking about in September or October.
In December.
In December.
Yeah.
Like literally, they were what were they? I think they were, I can't even remember the record. But
like 34 and 17 or something.
Yeah, like they were really plus on the win side, and they were literally 3.5 games back of Golden State.
Yeah.
Injuries, you cannot. Jordan missed a whole year because you cannot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm. It's just the way it go. It's injuries. You can't change them. But it's like the thing with LeBron is, I've realized in these last couple of years, people really hate dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's.
They pray for my downfall.
And it's sad because we literally have we only have a few of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only him, Floyd Mayweather, Serena Williams. It's only a few of them people left where it's like they're just titans of their field. Like doing everything they want on the court, doing everything they want off the court. It's only a few of them.
Yeah.
So to see people just be so negative and hate him so much is just like, it's bothering a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I got told Taylor before the show started, you know this is going to be LeBron's first summer off since 2007?
Right. He just doesn't miss the playoffs.
Do you not even miss the playoffs? Do you realize he played until June every year since 2007? Every fucking season.
8 straight finals.
Before that, 3 Eastern Conference championships.
Right.
Before that, a finals appearance in 07.
Right.
Before that, Eastern Conference chip in 06.
Yeah.
Do you realize LeBron has played till June since 07?
Yes. Crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
And I was saying it the other day. I'm like, yo, this is his 16th season. He has 16 years in the NBA. On top of 230 playoff games. 230 playoff games where he's literally playing balls to the wall basketball for 40 minutes. You know, playoff basketball increases in intensity.
Exactly.
It doesn't like lay
Everything
off.
tightens up.
It doesn't lay off in the playoffs. It actually gets worse on your body.
Yeah.
You're playing every other night, going to 7 games against the best teams and the best. You know what I'm saying? Through all of that, LeBron in his 16th year now passed Jordan for 4th all-time scoring. You know, right now he's 10th on the all-time assist list.
Right. It's insane.
It's insane to think that he might finish his career number 1 in scoring, number 5 in assists. That in itself, to have someone who is not a score-first person end up the number 1 scorer in itself doesn't make any
And
sense.
also not a point guard.
And somehow figure out a way to become number 5 in assists is nuts. So to watch people hate on it and be like, see, and it's insane to me because I watched it. Like I watched all the games. I watched what happened. I watched Lonzo go down. I watched Kuzma go down. And LeBron, he gets unfairly put in these positions where it's like, oh, but why he don't just do it himself? And it's like, this ain't the way it worked, Chief.
Right.
Like, ever.
You got teams in the West that are running 10, 11 deep, like with great fucking players. You got teams like Toronto that they just throw 6'8" fucking 3-and-D wings at you all fucking night long. Milwaukee, the same shit. It's like, I don't got enough to go against these motherfuckers.
No
like,
championship team was ever done. It was never one person. Like when you think Jordan and you like, Jordan was, dog, Pippen is one of the 50 greatest. Pippen was the best wing defender in basketball.
in his era. Absolutely.
Dennis Rodman is the best rebounder of
Ever.
the 90s. Probably ever. Real shit. Tony Kukoc was the best Croatian basketball player ever. 6th man of the year. Like that team was stacked. Phil Jackson is arguably the best coach ever. That shit matters. Like, so it's like I watch these things happen. It's funny. You ever watch Get Hard?
Yeah.
You ever seen that? Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Remember Will Ferrell, a lot of people don't know who he was, but remember Will Ferrell Boston that John was coach.
Yeah.
Coach back in the day. And fucking Craig T. Nelson. Fucking coach was his boss. And he was talking to him about how he started the firm. He's like, I built this firm all by myself. Me, this computer, and a $7 million loan from my dad. And Will Ferrell was like, you really did it all by yourself? It's like, that's kind of how they want LeBron to be. Like, do it by yourself. And it's like, no, you have to have help. That's why the whole Kylie Jenner not being self-made shit never makes any fucking sense. It's like, you don't just get these, like, it's not that. You
still gotta work.
You have to work. You have to put forth the effort to make this shit happen. So it's like, as good as LeBron wants to play, if the team is fucking, if I gotta run with Caruso, we're not winning chips, yo. Like, it's just not happening. That's not a championship thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, even if they don't make a trade, if Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram are healthy and LeBron is healthy, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because I watched them this year be fucking 3 games out of first place in the West when they were all good. Then everybody got injured and they weren't. And it's just like, oh, see?
And Corey, what's the name, fell off a fucking cliff this year, too.
Who?
What was the young boy that went to Villanova that everybody was high
Josh
on?
Hart.
Josh Hart. Yeah, he fell off a fucking
this
cliff
is the thing.
year.
Josh Hart wasn't high up the cliff. I think, I never
You think he was overvalued?
The summer league shit kind of overvalued him. I never really liked him. Like, he can't really shoot and he makes bad decisions. It's like that in itself. Like, basketball now is more subconscious.
It's a mental game.
Yeah, like if you're not mentally there, you're gonna. I saw LeBron throw him like a perfect alley-oop that he tried to lay up. It just was weird
dump the
shit.
motherfucker.
Like he does weird shit that just doesn't make sense a lot of times. So like I said, I'm cool with it, and I think they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Even if they get AD, cool. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Kuzma, Ingram, and Ball is a nice ass young trio.
Absolutely.
And I'm cool with it. Like, I'd like to see the bench get a little tighter. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. They got rid of what's the Czech Republic, the big guy?
In that Clippers trade?
No, was it the Clippers
They
trade?
sent them to the Clippers.
Yeah. Fuck is his name?
I forget his name too.
Zubac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Zubac was fucking balling.
Yeah.
They gave the money to fucking what's the dickhead light skinned boy? Was supposed to be everything, but then he wasn't. Came right after Durant.
Beasley.
They gave the money to Beasley. They should have gave to Brooke Lopez, which made no fucking.
It was the same money.
And that's where I'm like, people get mad at LeBron. I think we need to do this. I love Magic Johnson. I do. As Magic. Magic as like front office Magic and Pelinka. It might be
Might be trying to take him out back and shoot him.
Listen, man. What's his name that owned WCW?
Ted Turner. But
No,
Bischoff
not Bischoff.
was running it. Yeah.
Eric Bischoff and them held it together as long as they could. Y'all got it. WWE came in and was like, we need this, dog. Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Barksdale and them held on to them corners for as long as they could. Marlo, like, listen, it's my time now.
Yeah.
It's just the way it go. Magic and Pelinka, I feel like, are just as much at fault than anyone else.
Yeah.
Because some of the decisions that I've watched them make, the Beasley Brooke Lopez shit, I was just like, all right, I mean, they must know something. I don't know, like maybe Beasley ain't on the fucking snorts and the fucking what's the shit that they was all bath salts. It's like, all right, cool. But then you see Beasley, he come out there and it's like Beasley came out without his shorts. And you're like, oh no, he's still on the salts.
Yeah.
And then you see Brooke Lopez hitting 9 threes a game over there in Milwaukee. You just like, that mean, like, what the fuck are we doing? Then you have a bright light in all of the bullshit that happened this year with the injuries, and Zubac was hooping.
And you trade him.
And get rid of him. It's just like, yeah, I can't make sense of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Magic and Pelinka are doing, but
They don't know what they doing.
and then the worst out of it all is, real quick before we end this, don't answer that. The fact that we have a society have let street culture infect everything.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell straight got cast out of the Lakers for snitching on Swaggy P.
Yeah. A player that's not even on your roster anymore.
For snitching on Swaggy P. D'Angelo Russell's a fucking all-star.
The All-Star.
and is single-handedly carrying the
Brooklyn
Nets.
to the playoffs. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell should dead-ass be a Laker.
Karis LeVert was supposed to be Brooklyn's all-star. He got hurt, and D'Angelo Russell went up 3 more notches and elevated himself to an all-star.
Right.
And he's the leader of that team, and everything runs through him.
And I look back on it like, damn. All right, D'Angelo Russell was young. He did some dickhead shit, made a dickhead maneuver with the phone shit. All right. Should he have really been sent away from an NBA organization for that shit?
That drafted him at the second slot in the draft.
You understand what I'm
like
saying?
they're churning and burning through number 2 overall draft picks.
And it's just, I think to myself, like, damn, what would it look like to have D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo, Ingram Kuzma, and LeBron?
That could very well be your fate.
That's nuts. With Brook Lopez and Zubac as your big man.
Truth be told, Russell was a throw-in in that trade to get the Mozgov contract going. He wasn't even the focus of the trade. He was a throw-in. Oh, yeah, we got a trade going on. By the way, you going too, motherfucker. And now they're a fucking playoff team. And,
really?
And they positioning themselves. Watch Brooklyn in free agency. They're positioning themselves for a KD or a Jimmy Butler or somebody to go there. And then now they top 3 in the fucking East.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there for them.
I still can't believe they got rid of D'Angelo the way they did, man.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I was upset with that one. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's just Magic and Pelinka, the moves that they're making, just I don't be understanding it some fucking time. So I think the Lakers will be cool. I mean, LeBron is still to me just that guy. Like he's just you watch him, it's just the control of the game that he has when he's on the floor is just no one can stop him still. And they like, oh, on defense. And I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, in basketball years, LeBron is 75 years old. Right. Like, Father Time is going to catch everybody. Yeah. It caught Kobe. It caught Jordan.
Caught Kobe like a motherfucker.
It caught Magic. It caught a lot of these.
Duncan.
It caught a lot of these. You see Duncan the other day with the top braids. I said, man, what is this?
Top brizzies.
Yeah. But now, like, it catches everybody. So it's like, yeah, it's going to catch LeBron eventually, too. But I think the Lakers are going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to go as far as to say I think they do get a chip while he's in L.A. And if he stays in there for another 4 seasons, he's going to become the number 1 all-time scorer.
Yeah.
So, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey,
man. Tis what it is.
You got anything else?
Yeah, I got my first concert is coming up next Wednesday. First concert's coming up. I have emerging artist from North Carolina, The Baby. For whatever fucking reason, y'all, Philly, Jersey, y'all are in love with this fucking kid. And he sold out the first venue in 3 weeks. We had a 450 person capacity sold out. He's been promoting this tour so well that it just it built up all this additional demand for the shit, and a lot of things have been happening. Like in his favor, he just hit 1 million followers. He had a freestyle go viral the other day on LA Leaker, stuff like that, to where we had to move it to a bigger venue. So now our show is going to be at the TLA, the legendary TLA on South Street, the Theater of Living Arts, 314 South Street. Right across from Ishka Bibbles, all of that shit. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets now on livenationphilly.com, lnphilly.com. Get y'all tickets. I do not have no comp tickets, none of that shit. You want to attend the show, the tickets is $30 on livenationphilly.com, or you can go to the box office at the TLA and go ahead and buy your ticket. I just was down South Street yesterday. This shit is up on the marquee, and I'm looking forward to having my first major artist concert sell out at the TLA, and we already, out of the additional tickets we put up, we're more than halfway through those. So if you wait until like Tuesday or Wednesday to try to buy a ticket, there is going to be sold out. So go ahead and get y'all tickets now. The Baby live Wednesday, April 3rd at the TLA on South Street, livenationphilly.com or ticketmaster.com to get your tickets. And again, today's my birthday. Thank y'all for all the birthday love. I literally put a post. I got like 180 comments on this joint. Like, I don't even know how to respond to everybody. So I'm going to respond to y'all on the podcast, and then I'm going to jump in the comments and say a universal thank you to everybody, because it's too many fucking messages to send out, and I think they're going to end up locking me out of Instagram if I put too many comments up in a short amount of time. But thank y'all. I'm 36 today. I'm a cool dinosaur, washed up, but I'm still lit somehow. So, man, I appreciate all the birthday wishes and and all the love and all the support through all the events I had throughout the year and the last, month in particular. And then this, my capstone event is going to be my first concert with the baby next Wednesday. And I just want you to come out, support, and have a good time.
Yeah, if we could get maybe like some type of police detail around the Dunkin' Donuts, so I can go get my Dunkaccino in peace. You know what I'm saying?
It would be easier and cheaper for them to just hire a security to just be in there to just regulate the shit and keep these vagabonds out of that joint.
Yo, I went to the liquor store at the Plaza the other day. At Penrose Plaza. I'm from that neighborhood, and it's going down. Yeah. I haven't been down there in God knows how long, like in the plaza and shit. And they got like a wing stop now, and a Jamaican store. It's really doing bad over there. But we went in the liquor store. It's a security nigga, and I was just like, damn, like
it's rough.
It's rough. Nigga not even in shape. He just huge with a tight shirt, just in there, standing there. I'm like, that's crazy as shit. Like
security everywhere.
Everywhere.
Need security every fucking where.
Fucking where. Yo, you ain't lying about that. AB Cops posted up on 17th and Champlos. Apparently somebody got smoked out there and they out there 24/7. I'm just like, shit is nuts. Like, this is a residential block. Like, that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, take that shit to the back block.
Right.
No. No. But, what was I about to say? Yeah, I'm working right now. The World Series is coming up, so I'm definitely going to that the first week of June. Trying to figure out what I'm doing for my birthday. I want to go to Dubai, but people acting like they can't get no time off from work and shit.
Oh shit!
Like all out, like I'm doing. Like duh, you know what I mean? But either Dubai or. Where was else I said I wanted to go?
I think I'm gonna go to either Colombia or Costa Rica at some point.
I want to do Switzerland.
Nice.
And I want to go to Barcelona, but Barcelona weather is like ours, so it's like in October. It's gonna be like the beaches in Barcelona are real dope. So it's like I don't want to go there in October.
Right.
So it's like I don't know, but most likely to Dubai. I want to go to Dubai. Granted, this whole thing pop.
Peace.
I'm in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? I'll holler at y'all. But the dope shows thing.
Yes.
Some shit I know not.
I keep everything top secret.
How do yo?
You know what it be? People like even just last year with the Roots Picnic, people mention shit to me and then be like, "Oh, y'all want to do something?" Yeah, and they never mention it again. And then the next time that I see it is like on a fucking on a poster or whatever. So we didn't get invited back to the Roots Picnic this year. They scaled everything down.
They're only doing 2 podcasts.
They're only doing 2 podcasts.
They're doing, and it's like my man was like, "Yo, how they didn't bring y'all back?" I'm like, "It's the Reed and Joe Budden."
It's the Reed and Joe Budden. It's the 2 biggest podcasts in the fucking universe.
Yeah.
Like, don't compare where you can't compete.
Yeah.
So it's one of those sort of deals. We get it, but. Our good friends, sponsors of the show, supporters of the show, Dope Shows, they're doing their first annual Dope Fest July 4th weekend, Saturday, July 6th at the Man Music Center, same site as the Roots Picnic, and we're going to be the only featured podcast on the Dope Fest stage. A show that includes Lil Durk, PNB Rock, who's putting the album out soon, NBA Youngboy, Pusha T, who Philly is in love with, 147 Cowboy, they just signed the Dream Chasers, Za Sosa, Sean Sloan, Kill Switch Dance Group, Hen Rock, and just a bunch of other people from the area, whatever like that. And I think it's going to be like an incredible opportunity, dope ass show. We're going to be in front of 10,000 people with the podcast, so it's going to be lit.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up with some tight. I'm into my jiu-jitsu.
Muscle mat.
Have you noticed how tight I'm looking?
Yeah.
Over? Like I'm telling you, my jiu-jitsu shit is popping, man. I'm gonna show up with some real tight shit on when I show up. But I knew nothing about this shit.
Yeah.
Like I was at work and motherfucker started hitting me like,
congrats, cuz.
Yeah, motherfucker. One homie was like, okay, you back on the festival stage? I'm like. No, the Roots.
Roots said,
I'm like, dog, I'm positive it's the. He was like, nah, the dope John, and I'm like, the dope John. What the hell is he talking? Then I started getting the tags on it, so I'm like, oh, okay, I see now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's cool.
We gonna have the guys back up here to talk about Dope Fest and all that, and how it came about and everything. They just did Boom 103.9 with Paris Nicole to announce it and everything like that, and It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big for the city. It's definitely gonna be big for the city. Make sure y'all go and get y'all tickets. They went on sale today. Tickets went on sale today. Go to Ticketmaster.com. Get y'all tickets for for the Dope Fest, and you can also go to Dope Shows Online, I believe, dopeshowsonline.com, and you can get your tickets there too for Dope Fest. So yeah, y'all want to see Realest Podcast Ever live? Y'all want to see a motherfucking show? We gonna be there.
And we're out.
Peace.